about her. How old is Candy Cat from Peppa? 40-year-old. She is secretly a 40-year-old man who is stuck in the body of a 7-year-old girl. She is a secret murderer, and that is why Gerald Giraffe never came back for another episode. The Scranton Strangler lives again. You're offered $250 bajillion, but to claim it, you must enter the last video you played and stay there for a full year. If you accept the deal, how's life there? Oh, shit. The last game I played was Lethal Company. If I managed to survive an entire year in Lethal Company, I deserve a lot more than 250 mil, right? I deserve 250 bill, okay, with a B. Billion with a capital L, okay? That's what I deserve. I'm not making it though, no chance. Powder that makes you say real. Real. I love this subreddit. You don't even have to try. I mean, to be fair, you don't have to with a lot of them now. Time to practice. Why does the owl have a tiny little ass? Okay, this is stupid, and I don't like looking at it. Go away. What is it? Oh, never mind. I just saw it. That's great. Okay, live Jesus reaction. Jesus, you gotta look a little less scary, man. That 1,000-mile stare you got is making me very uncomfortable. Hey, I don't want Steve to have fingers. Take them away right now. I said take them away right now.
All right, campers. Today's challenge is to find a reason to keep going.
You're not serious, right?
Oh, just walk out a little farther, bro. Setting the record straight. There was never any sex involving me in 2021. I did not have sexual relations with that woman for Zoomers. Okay, that's really great. I love it here. Have I mentioned that? Careful, Gromit. There may be horny milfs in your area. Maybe go back to the moon for a little while then, dude. Aye, fair enough. Roses are red. You need a therapist. The NCR has declared you a terrorist. To be fair, all you gotta do is look at one of them wrong for them to absolutely want to kill you. SpongeBob, if we were out of mayo, then you should have just told me. I took initiative. Is that against the rules now? I think for Mr. Krabs, nothing is against the rules. He's just a little disappointed is all. The defrosting has begun. Run. Didn't she herself post this image on... Not this image. She posted something about her thawing on Twitter, right? My 9-year-old ass infecting my computer with viruses so I can get the Dragon Scimitar mouse cursor? Dude, is there someone crazy enough out there that I can give $4 to take the dumb cursor program with viruses? You rebuild it from the ground up. You know, you do all this work, right, for $4, and then I can make my cursor whatever I want without putting malware on my computer. Not safe for work. Yeah, that's putting it mildly, pal. Oh, that's putting it even more mildly, pal. Oh, for the love of God, you people are completely insane. You don't deserve jobs. Green and salty, just like my nuts, except it didn't say that, you idiot. Can I say a bad word? Search Papyrus X Sans. No, I'm not gonna do that, and you can't make me. One day, your knees will buckle under the weight of your endless sins. I will not be there to save you. Shut up. I hate you. I don't like the circus. Soldier of Christ, why art thou hidden? The demon of Babylon disguises himself with the coat of the righteous. I hate you people. Quit making memes. Okay? Fly-free soup. Must tip waiter 25% no matter what. I'm confused. Is the soup free of flies? Or do flies get it for free? And why am I giving the waiter 25%? These pictures with deep meaning will inspire you to be successful in life. These pictures speak louder than words. I mean, a lot of photographs do. That's kind of the idea, damn it. The shit-posting spectrum. Chaos, gay, wholesome, or based. But where is cringe? Is it in the center? The perfect culmination of all things? Why are Steam codes so weird? Alright, here, let's take a look-see-poo, huh? Let's see, I couldn't tell you, and I don't really care. Take a goddamn vacation straight to hell. Do you know how expensive it is to get down there these days? Unfunny trans circle jerk or genuine racism. Posting subs reaching 25,000 users. I feel like the vast majority of them go towards genuine racism, but what do I know? I don't actually get out of the main subs. Jesus, take the wheel. Carlos, you take the stereo, and I'll take Lookout. Yeah, what were we just talking about? I'm sick of crying, tired of trying. I'm smiling, but inside I'm committing tax fraud. In RuneScape, right? Not in the real world? Not right, bro, that's it. You can no longer play as Luigi. But why? What the shit did I do? I'm always being punished for no reason on this channel, and I'm getting kind of freaking sick of it. I am so scared of boobs. I'm interested in exposure therapy. Well, the internet's right there at your fingertips, bro. Guess who is going to mysteriously turn into a furry tomorrow when they wake up? Nah, not me.
Before the throne of the Almighty, man will be judged not by his acts, but by his intentions.
Doubt it. I bought this damn cutting board, and it's been 3 times now that the chicken is resurrected. I don't believe that's how a Ouija board works, but alright. Today was well, I've gotta go with kill and consume. Spent a lot of energy walking around all day. That's a juicy looking brontosaurus. How the hell did you get a hold of a brontosaurus? Touch grass? I haven't even seen the first one yet, so chill out. Draw balls on the tree. Not those balls, Timmy. Man, I'm sure Timmy did that. For real. Absolutely certain. Prior to the release of Sonic the Hedgehog in 2006, an internal document used by Sega was leaked which contained the entire game script as well as extended profiles for the major character. In the character introduction section, it was stated for Blaze that she's bothered by, under-endowed chest? Okay. Comments on which will rouse her anger. It is unknown if this is true to her actual depiction. Okay, alright, that's okay. Have a good day. Whoever made this is getting deported. How fucking old is this one? My body is a machine that turns gas station hot dogs into diarrhea, and I'm forced to wipe.
I don't know, you gotta collect like everything.
Oh, now this one I've never seen before. Shut the hell up.
Any pyro in this domain, we don't have to light up any pyro monuments or torches, because this will be bad. Recommended level 4, so I am very prepared for this. No, official. No pyro needed. Oh,
gas station chicken is sus. Yes, it is. Fresh fried chicken. I'm gonna try it. It's either gonna give me food poisoning or be the best chicken I've had in my goddamn life. There's no in between with this. Best soy sauce. No, well, that's just so they don't get sued. Because if you don't like their soy sauce, you could totally take them to court somewhere in the world for not actually producing the best. 2 successful Scottish cinemas for sale. Ah, so they weren't that successful. They're being sold. Please use stairs for second floor entry. Why are we already starting off that weird? I don't understand you guys. My grandma on a birthday card. B. Have a great day. Happy B Day. I love you. I just don't think grandma understands you don't have to put the letter into quotations to shorten it down to B Day. You know? Keep your dogs out of my bog garden. What? Dogs must be kept on a lead. No dogs in the children's maze for health and safety reasons. Please keep pets and children off the planted areas, including the bog garden. What is a bog garden? Also, what is a dog? This Dutch company claims to work with milk products. Well, there's nothing much I can say about that one. I'm sure they are. Yummy churros. Dude, I've never had a churro that I would not agree is yummy in my life, but that one is certainly suspect. Oh no. Alright, let's see. Best before that, blah blah blah. Here, slave-free chocolate. What the hell brand is this? Why in the hell would they do that? Fresh baked cookies. So they're not fresh and they're not cookies. What are they gonna do? Hand you a loaf of Wonder Bread? What's happening here? Life-changing job pays you for what you do. Entry level. Hello. After reviewing your application, I'd love to get you in our office for an interview. This is a unique opportunity to start making what you're worth. The thing I personally love about this job is that it pays you for what you do. Like jobs are supposed to do? You get paid for working? Also, I don't like the way you worded that. The great thing about this job is that just means you're not actually getting guaranteed pay for working for them. It feels like it's all commission. You get paid for what you actually do. Deeply suspicious quotation marks. She became a mother. Mom, I'm hungry. Here you, my boy. Became I became a baby and mom for the day. Okay, I'm a little bit confused on your statement here. Oh, what is this? If you could create your own wonder, that one doesn't feel as suspicious. It's in a question, I guess. Your own wonder, I guess because it's subjective. I have no idea. I'd create a massive bowl of chili. Products such as paper towels, newspaper, notebook paper, feminine products, etc. must be disposed of in proper waste containers and not flushed through the plumbing systems. Use only toilet paper. Failure to follow proper procedures will result in overflow/flooding and can interfere with water flow in the pipes, causing overflows in other rooms. Use only toilet paper. Have a nice nice day, and thank you for visiting. I'm just gonna leave. I don't feel welcome anymore. Pecans, £1 bag. $13 goddamn dollars, dude! What the hell is people trying to say? Alright, let's see. This one could piss me off. Bindi Irwin is looking back fondly on her father Steve's admiration of all creatures. Bindi Irwin says Dad Steve's kindness and love will live on forever. I don't know what they're trying to say. I feel like what I just read is indeed what they're trying to say, but they're taking quotes from what she said, right? The, kindness, love, live on forever. That's what she said. So quotations make sense when they're quoting a person and the words they said. I'm not that confused. Back Market offers premium reborn phones, laptops, tablets, and more for up to 70% less versus new. I did buy a product from Back Market once. Don't do that. Just don't. I'm kidding. It's actually pretty okay if you absolutely temper your expectations. You are not getting something incredible. Is it required or not? Your picture ID is required to take exams. Thank you. They're sending me mixed signals, damn it. Inrush. She loves poking things and hates having her limbs removed. It's the heroic leader pin in the form of a plush. That whole thing is suspicious. Hates having her limbs removed. You know what? Me too. Homemade fresh. Okay. Okay, I don't want to know. No food, drink, tobacco, spurs in compute spurs. Spurs? Where the hell is this computer lab? Computer lab hours, no one cares. There is no printer in this building. Okay, so there's definitely one. Pro solvent. A quick no-fuss way to clean your tape heads. I guess. Oreo proud parent.
He's definitely inviting me out.
What if they aren't actually puppets? The film and their puppets. No, those are real kids. Those are actual children. Look at them. Can you not tell? Ramblers. What does that even mean? You'll love our meat. I don't think I'm going to. I really don't. You could have just written, you'll love our meat. You'll love them. I don't know anymore, man. Islam hasn't fought anyone who sees red. Hasn't been in a dogfight. He's fought polished guys. The dogfight is his kryptonite. I don't know what any of that meant. If not dinosaurs, then what? Alright, well, let's see. Do you know why the dinosaurs perished when they were prospering on this earth? It's because they were idiots who didn't understand the concept of respect. What the hell is this from? I feel like I know, but I'm not gonna guess here. Because I don't want to risk looking stupider than I usually do. Children alone cannot ride. Well, why not? Oh, wait, I'm not a kid, I don't care. So, it's not a bop. When your ringtone turned into a bop. Okay, whoever wrote this one's probably 64 years old. No surprise it's in New Jersey. Please drive safely. I'll sure try. If you guys are anything like the New Yorkers, I don't think any of you are gonna try, but I will. I give massages. Oh, you're one of those guys, huh? Above an empty hand sanitizer dispenser in a hospital. Oh boy, poisonous if swallowed. I would imagine that is still true. Smoke detectors save lives. You don't have to quote that. We all know. We don't know the first person that said that they saved lives. We know that they do. Why are quotations everywhere? Expertly, you say? I don't know. I do everything expertly. I see you've picked up a hostage. Well done. Again, what is this from? La Fondue. Cheese fondue. Okay, well, what is it then? Oh, dear God, who is that? Oh, she's just living her best life, I guess. My name is Madam Opshop, patron of cheap things. I am not for sale. Oh, God damn it. I really wanted it on my shelf. Do not eat. Okay. Look, I'm sorry if I use silica gel to season my chicken breast. It's totally normal. So many suspicious quotes to Mom from FB, aka, what does that say? What does that say? Guys, I need a little bit of assistance here. I'm having a crisis. I think I know what it says. I don't remember at least a couple of letters in cursive. I don't like what I'm looking at. Christmas 88. Okay. What are some email red flags? Gee willikers, friend. I don't know. Special. Ask us about our special. No. Watch Speed Cuber solve Rubik's Cube in 3 seconds, setting new world record. Well, of course they quoted what he calls himself for what they're called. It's like saying,
here.
listen to
Welcomes
voice
you.
actor, read Reddit memes all day, right? Hot milk shortcakes with strawberries and cream. Is cream just like not in the recipe? Is that why it's in quotations? Let's make fursuits with attachments more available. I love to wear them around the house. Okay, well, what attachments? Like a 50 caliber machine gun, an umbrella, a humongous dragon penis? What are we talking about? I'm not so sure I trust these folks with ventilation work. Well, that's fair. They don't even know what air is. I don't think that's what they mean. Whatever. Free. Take one to support our veterans. Are those light bulbs? You can support veterans by taking a light bulb for free? List of fruits. 300 plus fruit names with tasty pictures. Well, the pictures themselves can't actually be tasty now, can they? Prosecuted. Do not sleep or beg outside these premises. CCTV in operation. You will be prosecuted. Okay, chill the fuck out, dude. Like, it's not the point, but chill out with these dumbass signs. The hell did I just eat? Fruity candy. Or sorry, frutty. It's frutty candy. I don't know what you ate, but I hope it was worth it. Hi, I'm new to the fandom. Okay, what fandom is this, though? What fandom are they new to? Well, where are they then? The sonic boom is far louder than you hear in the video. During the 1950s and 60s, the Air Force had several air bases in northern Michigan they used to run training. I don't know what this northern Michigan is you speak of, but you gotta stop making places up to further your story. Violators get an express ticket to God himself. Oh God, it's a small image. Let me zoom in here. Church parking only. Violators will be baptized. Ooh, they are not gonna baptize you. They are gonna do something so much worse. Motivated seller mentioned on Zillow. Spacious 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo. This nicely upgraded, well-maintained home is far too expensive for the average person to be able to afford, so unfortunately it's going to sit here for months and months and months until the price eventually crashes, causing someone to finally be able to afford it, in which case it's going to become a bidding war and the price will go back up anyway. Seller is very motivated, reviewing all offers. Community helper. Family. Oh, they blurred. No. Something family. Thank you for having us at your pumpkin patch today. We appreciate all you do for our community as a community helper. We are excited to learn and play today. God bless. This was on the page I'm supposed to read for my science class. Just pour it gently right on top of the strawberry juice. Non-toxic. Oh, I'm definitely convinced. Sure. Not designated. That's not what that word is. I can't read. Not designed for use on plastic, glass, ceramic, or non-material hard surfaces. What is this product? This massive piece of solid fudge in my Moose Tracks ice cream? All right, let's see. Holy Lord. All right. What are they trading? Trading ethically. Zen. Ooh, I don't even want to open up that can of worms. You should be treated like diamond. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the positive response. Just remember that customers like you should be treated like diamond. I really appreciate your understanding here. How are you talking to Walmart?
I think it did do. Okay, hold on.
Life is fun. Death is grim.
Wizard hat, cowboy brim.
Oh my god, I want to show about it right now. I want a wizard who is a cowboy. He's either stuck in a cowboy realm or a cowboy stuck in a wizard realm, and they think that his lasso tricks are actual magic. It needs to happen. Here are your keys.
Help you enjoy your stay.
Why pass your exams when you can pass? Your parents can't get mad at you if you're still passing at something. And heck, you managed to reach a life achievement before they did. That's gonna say something about your skill and academic ability. Roses are red. Sound the alarms. Arms for your chairs, or just chairs for your arms. Roses are red. Someone needs a tissue.
Sounds like a Mr. Skill and Issue.
I can't be consoled. I'm crying and seething.
Black Santa made me stop believing. I'm not racist. I'm just racially disappointed.
Roses are red. Oh, look at the time. I'm about to commit a war crimes. You know, if you really think about it, Mario and Master Chief are pretty much the same thing. They are both consistently taking on an entire army armada by themselves. Hell, Halo 3 is literally about saving a princess who's constantly in another castle. Oh my god, Master Chief is Mario. This isn't news. This headline is perennial. Perennial, lasting or existing for a long or apparently infinite time, enduring or continually reoccurring. Now that you feel more like an intellectual,
It's a terrible time to be a millennial.
which really doesn't make sense considering millennials are early in this existence. Like, we're defined by the time we exist in. Technically, the headline's wrong because it's not the most terrible time to be a millennial because there is no other time to compare to. It's both reassuring and nihilistic. Roses are red.
But I decided to stop recording the episode, and then they're like, actually, no, you have a
way to
tenfold,
contact
so
me and make me a part of your day-to-day schedule. If only the property market was like your head, I could live anywhere rent-free. Roses are red. I wish I was joking. Snoop Dogg says he's given up smoking. What do you think this is? What, you thought you had autonomy with your own health? You fool! How could you be so selfish to think about anything else but our own enjoyment of you as a meme? Roses are red. I need that brain juice. Where's my goddamn dopamine?
You've gotta be kidding me, right? What?
You thought I was gone, but like I always come back.
Wait, we have
that was so
150
bad. There's two generations of this man. One where he's a child killer, and another a disturbingly avid enjoyer of dog food. Look, we all knew this was eventually going to happen. We all saw Ultra Instinct Shaggy. That was a warning of what was to come. Roses are red. No handouts or freebies.
Hey, this might be a spoiler, but does Charles Oliveira have type 2 diabetes?
Roses are red. Earth's climate is heating. Wife bursts open husband's testicles by smashing them in their wedding photo album after she catches him cheating. If you zoom up to the top left corner, you can see how he felt when it happened.
It's a metaphor, you don't literally bust the nuts!
Roses are red. I think they meant years. The difference in Robert De Niro's ears over the ears. At first they're up, and then they're down. It's incredible. It's almost as if human skin sags a bit as you get older. The slow withering and dying decay of the human body is magical to witness. Roses are thorny. Cows do lactation? I don't like that we're talking about mummy milkers.
Alert! 78 Wiggles have been dispatched to your last known location.
Oh my god, what was I doing? I was a fool to start my milkshake business with these cows out
right
now,
now. As
the
I'm recording
boys!
this, her banner is
Coming.
not out yet.
Roses
We
are
still have
red.
2
I got
weeks,
bad news
but
today. How
this
to pay
video
off
is
debt.
gonna be a
Step 1.
compilation
Pass
of
away.
2
Hey,
weeks,
plant.
me
I'll
trying
race
to
ya.
grind as many pre-roll gems as we can. As you can
roses
see,
are
I already
red.
got
The
us
South
a
Pole is
full
far.
tempo.
Block me in. I'll cheese your car.
Yeah, I've been reading
Next time I have you breathe more aware of your surroundings. This is what you get for parking in front of my cottage.
Alright, man, you made your
Oh, am I burratoing you too much?
Yes.
Sorry, I'll cut to the
this one's
cheddar.
secret.
But maybe if you didn't start
But
such
if you go
gloomy, I
to
wouldn't have
Fun
to
Little
string
Country,
cheese you
I
along.
have
I'm also
one
going to
issue
shank you with the
where I
Swiss
think
cheese.
Wait, what?
light up a
Naughty or
torch,
nice,
and we don't
always
have a
be
pyro
feliz,
character.
or else you get a
So
visit
we're
from the
gonna try to
Dollar
see if I
General. That's
possibly
what it's
can
for. And
bring some
nothing
sort of
else. We know
intro.
Noah listened,
There
but he
should be
explained to the
vehicular
Lord.
trailers
I'm
on
forced to
these
return
hills.
to airport
Are they
after
here?
horse
I
escapes
see
on
one.
board.
Wait,
Jesus, that is
the
horrifying.
Wait,
Forget
do you
snakes
see?
on a plane. A giant
no,
horse
no,
with its hooves
Ah,
stomping around a
this is
plane?
where
Whoa, boy.
that's-
A pilot says the
their
horse
shooter
managed
is.
to
Oh my
escape
God,
its stall on the
listen.
Boeing
See,
747
there's the
in an
torch.
audio recording of
I
his
don't
exchange
think
with
we
air
have to
traffic
break it.
control.
This is EK731. We have a situation that needs to emergency land. We currently have a horse going crazy on the plane.
Roger that, EK. Your mom is on the plane.
Okay, sending now. Stand by control. Recommend getting an ice pack ready for when I beat your ass.
Copy that, EK. Pants are already soiled.
Not this way,
Roses
not
are
this way.
red.
Do I
She
need to
ain't no
kill this
bumpkin. Artist
snitch? 'Cause
Swift
he's
on
not
giant
helping.
Halloween
Come on.
pumpkin. That is true.
Is that
Anyone
auto
calls you
call?
pumpkin
Okay,
as an
he is
endearing term,
kinda
this is
safe.
what they're implying.
Sir,
I don't like that a
still
pumpkin
not
has hair.
close
Actual
enough.
hair.
Please
Just
go a little
stop.
bit
Roses are
further.
red.
This
Driver ranked.
spot.
Levels
No,
of
it's
white
not.
anger
Come on.
ranked.
No,
6.
no.
Son of
The
a gun.
opposite.
Right, bucko. Your
The
horses.
road.
Well, now wait just a minute. Newsflash, pal. And the most
That is
threatening.
not
Listen here,
Nahida.
buddy. I love that the most threatening is the one that's the most. Roses are red. Let's get this bread.
Customer service 8 out of 10. Service was great, but now I'm dead. Yes, satisfied customers. Come to me, 178. Juice. I may have moved their hand as they wrote this review, but it's a genuine review. Look
I don't even know if the torch is gonna light up.
They're
It's too
they're
bad there's no
lifeless.
grass
They're just
over
having
here,
such a
so I
great
don't think the
sleep.
grass can
Granny
burn,
sees
and
red
then I
with that
can pack
blicky
over the
bloodlust.
Everyone
first of all,
wants
I
bread,
want
but no one
to
want to
kill
eat
this
the
guy,
crust.
Damn,
because
that's
in
actually a
the
pretty
way of
powerful
my
line, but
happiness,
not gonna
and then
lie.
there's one
I feel there's some
of this
real
guy.
truth with that. Gangsta
okay,
Granny, dropping
please
knowledge. You know you need
He has to
sleep,
be,
but
like,
try
very
as
close
you
to me,
might. No
otherwise,
amount of
I
rest
don't
can
think it'll
pass
work.
this
Is that
night.
as far as you
Cool,
can
new
go? Look how close we
Minecraft
are.
trauma
What am I
mod.
doing?
Roses are red. They take away my breath.
I looked, and behold,
I believe in horse, and the rider's name was Death.
Roses are red. The moss is
Did you not
massive.
shoot-
Turret
Come on,
combat,
teamwork,
full tracked
I said.
105mm gun M60A1 Mirage.
Passive.
Roses
Why
are
is it
red.
not working?
Recliners are
Unless we
chairs.
overload
Joe
it. Okay,
Biden
let's
is
try it at the
unleashing
same time.
bears.
It's stupid headlines like this that make me never bother watching the news anymore. Really,
should
Joe
have learned
Biden is
from that.
personally unleashing bears.
Powerful.
Please,
That
he's not
didn't
that
work
cool.
then.
Beware these large
'Cause I
beasts
feel like
before
if I
your
had
wives
animal,
become
it would be
widows,
better,
for they
'cause I could
feast upon men
swirl.
as if they were a salad bar. Colombia begins sterilization of
But I don't
hippos
think there's
descended
gonna
from
be a
pets of
purple
Jordan
one.
Pin Pablo
Yeah,
Escobar.
Fun.
Hopefully there's no Aaron Yeager among them. Guy lost a head, recovered by detection. Human skull found in charity shop's Halloween section. Well, I guess if anything, that absolutely fits the theme of what they're selling. R.I.P. Yahoo Answers. I guess I'll ask Kiora. What was George Santos buying at Sephora? Man, we need to slow it down with the fame we're giving this guy. As notorious as it is, at some point this is how you turn someone into a Jordan Belfort.
I got copy the scum of the earth, and you can too with my secret formula.
Hats for the head, muffs for the ears. She's
Still stripping after 25 years.
Even if we do our bounties.
Hello, I would like to buy your book and hold it up in a display case for all to see who will ever visit me, and I will never answer their inquiries about it. Relationships are crucial. Love thrives if you care and foster. r/NBA Circle Jerk.
Should the Brooklyn Nets kill 5 of their players to trigger a disaster draft to improve their roster?
Jesus Christ, have we always been this aggressively passionate about sport? Roses
bring
are red.
the
If you freeze them, they'll harden.
Dragonspine,
Yeah,
or we
a
just
lot of
simply
things
move
will
them.
do that if you freeze them.
What to do if a snowman comes to life in your garden? Don't panic. Locate your nearest blow dryer.
Roses are red. Your emotions are valid. I just spent all my money on
I can't go up there because it's behind the freaking there.
What? How? Okay.
And
What
I
is the
don't think I
parameters for the term
can
salad? Because I
unlock
feel like this is as legitimate as
because
calling
the third
almond milk milk. You're just trying to
I think
replace
it's an
another
animal
current
one, right?
established
Hold on,
title
let
for
me
something.
check the
God, I mean,
names.
what?
Okay, this one
It's
is
more
a
like
lecture,
minced
so we have
pork.
them.
How?
The clock is ticking
Please tell me this
anyway,
is just
so
meant to
I
be
don't think
dog
we're
food.
gonna do it on
No
time.
human
This is where
being.
the
If a
pot is,
human
but I
being
don't
genuinely wants to
remember
eat this,
if
they
I
need to be
have
taken to a
done
mental health ward because I am scared for their self-worth. Roses are red. The
Cryo
internet is
on here,
mean.
wait.
Fallout 4 mod that turns every abandoned
Wait,
building
so
into a
I've
spirit
seen it.
Halloween.
I felt it's an
I swear,
animal
modders
one. That's
are
why I
the
haven't
backbone of
completed it.
any gaming
Okay,
community.
wait, that's
There is no
actually
game out
really
there that
good.
could ever
I mean, I'm
withstand the
pretty
test
sure
of
the
time
timer's
without
gonna
people
run
modding
off.
it.
We
Roses
have
are
6
red.
minutes
Both
left
were right there.
of the
That
bounty,
concludes
and I
the
kinda feel
election,
like
and our president is
gets there.
Roses are
Okay.
stamps. My
I
account
genuinely
balance is
thought
looking
the
great.
entire time
As
this
a
is an
child of
animal
God, what's your
monument,
next
but I didn't
To
bother
thank
to
him,
check
I
it.
am merely a
But you know
beefy
what?
gorilla
It's
that
great,
looks like a
because
duck. I
we
will
have
thank him for
gems.
this
We're gonna get
generosity
to
on
the
my life.
gems.
Roses
We're
are
gonna
red. All my
maybe
money
even
are
finish the
stolen. Now
bounty
I can
on time.
only
We
afford
still
to
have 5
eat at
minutes.
McDonald's. Oh wow, you can get yourself a wife. In the forest of palm trees, there was an old stump. Am I high or does that bird look like a rabbit on skis in the middle of a long jump? That is a beautiful observation of a silver. Fly, buddy. Be free, but also land. If you keep flying, you're gonna leave Earth's atmosphere and choke up and die in the vacuum of space. So, for your safety, land, fall, hit the ground. Roses are red. I'm related to my dad. Animal Crossing, New Horizons player built Breaking Bad style. Roses are red. This sub is a gem. We're putting inside M&M's. This pizza sucks. It's from 7-Eleven.
Kevin just will not let me live a single episode without him. Kevin, I started with second
Stinks
thought
for
that
me.
okay,
The
I'm
fault
not
is
gonna
mine.
address the
As it
fact that we're
seems,
getting
I
a
have
4-star.
pickled my
Maybe
fucking
that
brain.
will
I swear,
mean
that's why
I
it's
gotta
shriveled
get
up,
a final
okay?
character.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I said.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Honestly, I got
Roses
so
are red.
distracted.
I will need to
think I
keep
was
this
talking
one
about the
fairly
sakura
brief.
tree
Have
that
an
we
awful
unlocked
birthday, you
in, and
coffin
since I was
dodging
doing so
oxygen
much
thief. Roses are
exploration,
red.
we
My
got a few
life's a
sigils, and I was
disease.
able to
Things are constantly happening, and I would like for it to stop.
What are the odds of
Algebra
that?
difficult,
Don't look at me like
physics
that.
is
We're
too.
at M
Florida
battle.
man
You
threw
do
live
update
gator
our
in
prototype
Wendy's
report.
drive-thru.
This is
Hey
the
guys, this burger's a bit too raw. Can you have a look at it, please?
Wes got revenge. As Maxwell thought he was a clown, Jin Man falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Is this from a game, or is this actually what happened
Now
to
we're
someone?
gonna complete all
I need to know
elemental
to determine how I should be
trials,
laughing
because
at
I'm
this.
pretty
Train
sure
lines
you
are
can't
a
use
weird
your own characters in that domain
Haunted
anyway.
Conington
I
North
don't know
level
if we're just gonna
crossing
use
worries
these
staff.
Even
One
the
staff member
rewards
quoted
are
saying,
not
"The
great, so
ghost
to be
forced
honest
me
with
to
you,
do
I
it.
don't
It
feel
had
like
nothing to do
it's
with John
bad
owing me
that
20
we're
bucks."
not
Other
using
victims
our
of the ghost's
characters. It's just
aggressive
like
demands
2
for violence
books
among
and a
other
little bit
citizens
more.
include
Like,
basically
come
everyone
on.
in the local mafia.
Just
local detectives still have no idea what's going on.
To not bore you with it, because it truly is so boring. I've completed finally all of these challenges,
even
and we can
needed
go
the
to
macaroni with the cute little
completely
silly
forgot to
Glenn.
do these kinds
Macaroni
of
isn't
domains.
dough. If we
You
just
know, the
tint this
ones where
photo
if
to
you
give it more
want
of a
to get
red
famous from them,
hue
you
on
can
the
only
yellow
get
there,
them
this
once.
looks
So
far more
they
incriminating.
are so
I know
low
you fed me
level.
10 minutes
I
ago,
almost
but
feel
I'm
bad.
hungry
Did I
again,
do it
so I had to
already?
eat the
Okay,
dog.
what
No
about
more
this
hauling
domain?
them
I
around
have
in
done
plastic
this.
bags
This
or
one I
totes.
haven't.
$10 hot glue
That
all
also
your
gives
remote.
us
God damn, they
keys
even
to
got a tile on there
shrines.
too.
Obviously, shrines
They say you need a
equals more
degree
photo
to create
gems.
new
level 25,
technology.
so
Roses
even
are
more.
red. Tulips are too.
So why the bloody hell does Makarov know you?
Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long for this to pop up on the subreddit today. Roses are red. Welcome to the gang.
Game theory.
My villager has a wang.
I think we don't have a lot of them. I am aiming to have around 30
This will be the map.
wishes
I don't know
before
about
her
that one,
banner
man.
drops.
Screenshot
Oh.
this. I have a
They're
tested
very
IQ of
underwhelming, these
148.
domains. I mean,
After
I don't
analyzing all the
feel
information
bad
out there,
by any
this is the map that is
about
going to
it.
happen.
I forget to do them, and then
Oh,
I
this
become
didn't
too
age very well, did
overpowered when I
it? Do you think he
remember to
knows
do
by
them.
now? Or should we
Oh,
tell
no.
him?
Do I
Thanks,
need-
I hate
need
it.
the
You
geo
must be an
domain?
insolurious
Just forgot
cretin
to
if
do
something
that.
so
Is that
benign
all?
bothers you.
I think it
Pretty
is,
cringe,
'cause
dude.
this
I'm
one,
pretty sure
we
that
need
guy
a
just
viral
made
character
up a
to
word.
unlock. We
Therefore,
also have
I
this
made up
new
the
event, but I
pronunciation
think
for
I will
said
wait
word. Studies
before
show,
we do
if you
it.
listen to
Let me
classical
see, how
music, you
many
have a high
shrines we
IQ.
managed
I
to
listen
get.
to it quite often.
Two
Not often
animals and
enough. You
one
might want to
geo.
bump the numbers
Give me
up a
my
little
40
bit. Shoes never need trimming, only their hooves.
Why is there a
Hell,
chest
that'd be an
here
amazing
with
source of
raw
iron if
meat,
they
by the
actually
way?
grew.
Can you
Screw
explain to
iron
me why a
golems, let's
luxurious
farm
chest
horses.
has
It's
raw
iron
meat in there? I
and
don't
meat.
know. And I don't
Well,
know
would you
how to
describe this as a
answer
state of
that.
affairs or an
Oh, now
event
we
that
have
seems
fowl.
deliberately
Wow,
contrary
I
to what
love
one
these
expects
chests.
and is
How
amusing
about
as a
chests?
result?
I can
Holy
understand.
God, man, what did you even say?
luxurious.
I feel like we're going to be
No,
running
don't
into
come in
quite
here.
a few
I'm getting
thesaurus
my
hounds as we
fowl.
go
We have
through this
13
sub. Oh, I
wishes.
see.
Ooh,
One
they
says
almost
1, the other
has
says 9.
all
It
5-star
literally
artifacts.
hurts me
That
to
is
see people
great.
saying it's
Pushing
9.
just
The answer is 1,
3-star
brackets first. Does it?
Yeah, literally
Does it
all the
literally
circles
hurt
that I
you when you
get.
see
None of them are
calculators do
crooked.
things
The only
like this?
crooked circlet
Such a
that I have
Freudian
is
image.
this one
Boys
that
want
Fisher
a
has,
female
and
with
it's
which to
absolutely
recreate the
repairable.
comforting
I
sensations and
think we will
emotions
manage to get
associated
enough
with the
reloaders. We
experience
already
of being
have 14
breastfed as a
wishes.
child.
We're gonna get
But it
5
do be like
extra when
that.
the
So you're
shop
telling me,
resets,
if you
and
want a girlfriend,
then
it's
if we
only
continue the
because
Archon
you
quest,
want
which
to
is
nurse
what I
again.
would
$10.
want to do right
Black
now.
sewing machine
Oh,
brooch.
we're going
It
to
may
do
help you
this
to
now.
spell it correctly.
Okay.
Brooch. Imagine coming in that obnoxiously only to be wrong. Bravo.
Listen, I did allow
Bravo.
you to strike
Absolutely
first, but
fantastic.
you didn't succeed.
Hell, I probably didn't even pronounce it correctly, so here we are. I swear, a group
Wait,
of
what?
Russians
Did you
united
see?
for a common
wait, I
cause can do
think this
pretty
is
much
where
anything.
the
Hey,
art
that's why the Germans got
was
blasted back to Berlin.
question
LOL,
mark? I
yeah,
actually don't
no.
know. Yes, it is
Here
the
we go,
end.
guys.
That
Let's
is
get ready.
great.
Obviously, you haven't read about the
English
Eastern
is
Front. The
barbecue.
Russian army was
I just
encouraged to
wanna
do
see.
things via
Can I go
threat.
to other
Most of the
islands?
time, a
Is that a
charge was
possibility?
executed. It was
Is
because
there
half
a
of the
chest
regiment
for
was ordered to
breaking
stay
all the
behind and
clocks
shoot
on this
anyone who
island?
didn't charge.
I don't know if
The
I'm
Red
not just
Army in
making
World
this
War
up
II worked
completely.
via
I
dread
might
and
be,
threats,
but
not
whether
unity
there
and
are
teamwork.
pots,
Call of Duty wasn't, in
enemy
fact, an
reinforcements? Do
accurate
you mean
portrayal
more
of
pots are
actual
coming?
history.
Pots
Relax,
to
mate.
avenge
It
their
was a
Pots
joke.
family? Hello?
Clearly, your joke wasn't
He's a
smart enough for his
reinforcement. He
IQ.
came here
His
to
intellectual
avenge
intelligence
the
beats the
pots.
crap out of you. My
Yeah,
19-year-old
look at
son
this.
bought
We
a
got
car
a
today.
luxurious
The guy who
chest.
sold it to him took the
That
cash,
is
counted out
great.
$1,000, and gave it back to him, saying, "Good luck in college.
To be honest,
Pay
I
it
do
forward."
think you need to do
Unbelievably
some sort
kind.
of quest to
And
do
brought
it.
tears to my
Finally got
eyes.
to the
Cars will
statue.
become
I really
unbearable
feel like
liabilities
we're
for most
gonna be
people
able
as
to get
energy
enough
prices
mineral
rise.
gems.
I regret to inform you that you and your
we're
son
gonna get
have been deceived into
2
thinking that
cool
personal car
things.
ownership
We
is an
already
accurate
managed
sign
to
of
do
socioeconomic
that
status
much.
and freedom to act in the future
Considering
global
we
economy.
just
Wow,
got Kame, I
so
doubt
many
we're gonna
big
get
words,
anything
dude.
else.
Where'd you learn
I mean,
socioeconomic,
we can
huh?
always
Did
be
you Google it?
pleasantly
Did mommy
surprised.
say it on Facebook? The CG
other time.
actually looks
I
super
was gonna
real.
say that this was my
CGI.
daily commissions
CGI
to
stands for
Innsmouth
computer-generated
because I
imagery.
figured it's
That's
gonna
like
help
saying,
us with
wow, the
exploration
computer generated looks so good. It burns my brain cells seeing comments like comments like his what? Really good. Funny, I embarked on a similar project years ago, but I didn't feel like posting on Reddit in a pathetic attempt for karma. Moreover, I scrapped the project immediately the moment I realized it offered me no intellectual challenge. Still, congrats! Wow. I'd like to introduce myself, sir. I'm the regional manager of Who the Hell Asked Incorporated. The word ion, by definition, is an atom or molecule with a net electric charge due to the loss of made of one or more electrons. Thank you, Google Dictionary and high school chemistry. It is not, nor has it ever been, a shorter version of the wording I don't or I do not. Sorry to those who say this. I mean no harm. It just makes me cringe. Much like you're making all of us do right now. Did you really have to end this with an emoji? I'm not sure how anyone can believe it is statistically possible for a president to win with a perfect 270. The way the Electoral College is divided throughout the states is such. People have advised me I need to be using critical thinking. Pretty sure that is critical thinking. Well, I can't comment. I'm not smart enough for you. Stranger Things is for kids. Dark is for smart people. Please don't Rick and Morty the fan base. It's a show. It's good, but it's not a measure of your intelligence. If a Stranger Things fan tried to watch Dark, I think their brain would explode. Yep, there it is. But for a lot of people, Dark takes a lot of brain power.
How was I supposed to defeat this?
Jason is a smart guy and a deep thinker. This interview was one of the best that I've seen. Not that deep. Read some Aristotle, Aquinas, or Kierkegaard. Yeah, man. Or maybe try reading some J.K. Rowling or some J.R.R. Tolkien or some R.L. Stein. Frankenstein enters into a bodybuilding competition and finds he has seriously misunderstood the objective. For the last time, Frankenstein was the name of the doctor. A doctor who built a body. Are you serious here, my man? Can someone get this guy some new Air Jordans so that he can properly jump to conclusions next time? I am colorblind and I just took my driving theory exam today. Of the 8 dot tests, I could read 2, but I still passed because the questions are selected from a fixed pool. So I memorized the layout of over 100,000 dots. So when I saw something I couldn't see, I analyzed the pattern and deduced the answer. But you don't know how to spell still. You can do that, but you can't spell. An insane amount of people not getting the joke. Really shows how the average user is. What's the joke? I just wanted to highlight this legendary duo. Well, I know what the joke is. I just want to see if you knew. Why it is so difficult when you are a lot smarter than normal people? Shouldn't it be easier? Well, not for you. People act like this is so hard. I'm 15, and yeah, I do have a really high IQ, 150s, and I can easily do integrated calculus in my head, and easily calculate the amount of valence electrons in a nucleus. And I'm also highly trained in quantum physics. By the way, I'm totally self-educated. There are no electrons in any atomic nucleus. Boom! That one reeks of copy pasta. Actually, a lot of these do, but still, they're funny. I went to college with a lot of guys trying to work for Boeing. I think I changed their minds via a compelling essay on class inequality as it intersects with race, national origin, and disability. Half a dozen talked to me after class about alternatives to capitalism. Me writing a 10-page essay 8 hours before it's due. I could knock out 10 pages in like 2 hours. I wrote an 80-page case study in 48. It was supposed to be 100 pages minimum, but I got an A anyway. You're claiming you still got an A, but you did not do 20% of your assignment. I call bullcrap, my dude. People who know me well often try to remind me that I'm so much smarter than the number 2 person in the room, and that I should just let disabled people be disabled people, because it isn't worth my time. My dad drilled it into me before he died that anyone under a 140 IQ is like a different species to me. Maybe this is why I can't get a job. I'm hated for being smart. That's right. It's definitely for being smart. I miss how holidays felt when I was younger. I miss talking to people before acquiring mass amounts of intelligence. I feel ya. I think we all do. My wife's first boyfriend when she was 15 killed himself playing it. He was suicidal. Oh god, I do not want to see what this was posted on. Homicidal. Suicide implies that there was no victim. Bro, shut up. Literally the definition is the intentional taking of one's own life. He definitely typed that crap and thought, yeah, I sound cool as heck. Oh boy, we got Jordan Peterson up in here. This should be considered cheating at this point. I do not typically gravitate towards comedy, as I find it rather base and skewed, but recent events have left me amenable to levity. What is some affable and rational humor in which I could indulge? I mean, you can go screw yourself. You are to me what you are to the chimpanzee. That is the difference in intelligence.
To become someone I never used. Later on,
wow, this guy's brilliant. After watching this movie, I was going crazy to ask everyone else to watch this movie, but they showed no much interest. That is when I realize that I'm living among people with lesser mind. Same. This movie is amazing, but everyone who I know has seen it don't understand half of anything going on. It sucks. I feel the same. None of my friends or... Thank God that one cut off. Holy cow. Yes. We all saw the behind the scenes where they made the black hole, and it made us all feel smart, so shut up. You have an IQ of 74. How? I took the test myself and I got a 134. I'm 12 years old. You would have to be an idiot of unimaginable caliber to get a 74. It's only 20 questions. Jesus Christ almighty, what the frick? I'm smarter than 134% of people. Where'd you get that number? Imagine a world where the famous musicians actually studied and knew music theory. Music would be great. There are very few people that I can talk to nowadays about theory. Notes that actually make up some advanced chords, scales, modes, keys, reading sheet music, etc. Playing 3 to 4 chord songs consisting of just major and minor chords gets extremely boring. That's why I play jazz. 90% of today's musicians can't comprehend jazz. Right, okay. You keep believing that one, dude. Tell me, what does your job entail? I teach kindergarten. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. My job is quite complex, though I'm used to the endeavors involved. It entails a highly strategic and analytical approach in terms of contract securement. Lots of travels across countries, hiring and purchase of telewares, as well as sub-engineers for telecom organizations. It's huge, just like its revenue, though. LOL. So, how are you doing today? What's your plans and schedule for today? Well, not to respond to you, you freak. The way this guy described his job is basically the same way as saying, oh yeah, I handle daily transactions for a multi-billion-dollar corporation, when you know you're a cashier at McDonald's. No one's ever going to get the fact that hot and cold is kind of like Todoroki from My Hero Academia, because that's his quirk. I instantly get a lot of jokes. So, wow, do you? How many other blatantly obvious things do you understand? Here's the thing. I have a political science degree and almost became a lawyer. You don't want to have a constitutional discussion with me. I literally have pocket constitutions screwed about my house. Stay in your lane. I would like to see your degree. Thought of it as a drunken night, turned to math night soon after. I get horny about #mathematics. I genuinely don't know what to say to you, man. I've never heard someone say something like that about math. If anybody in the comments is good at math, you should try and fact check this to see if he even got any of this right. Or just drew a bunch of weird crap that makes no sense.
Article about white women dye their hair. The whole thing is written like this. Anyway, back to the mind-blowing knowledge that I'm about to impart. Hasn't any one of you, any average guy for example, ever wondered why your girlfriend annually, or maybe in a shorter time span, emerges in your embrace doused in the harsh scent of bleaching chemicals? Have you ever paused to pontificate why she willingly works over considerable sums of money in the honor of the aforementioned event? I myself am guilty of tentatively exploring the frontier phases of marshmallow brown, mahogany with honeysuckle highlights, auburn, natural black, spicy intense red, and lastly, spicy intense red with pastel pink dip-dyed tips. The mantra of which I just regurgitate honestly has nothing to do with the high to toe of what I have written, and yet I recite the namesakes of such miraculously hair-transforming agents with the same unadulterated pride as a prestigious forensic psychologist listing his or her credentials on a stand in the midst of a nasty law brawl. Who's smarter than my class? This semester just about broke me. I get it. I was envied for being smart. I'm smart, hella smart, but I have focusing issues and without more than 3 to 5 hours of sleep for weeks, months even. They were jealous of me for my advanced intelligence. OMG, you use Reddit? Thank God. Females that use Reddit are far more intelligent than other dumb tramps. If you use Reddit, maybe you could match my smarts. I've been lacking a smart partner for ages because all the other girls are too simple for me. You're far too superior. Sorry, it's just so rare seeing a girl that is actually intelligent and not just a dumb bimbo that uses Twitter and those other crap social media apps like the idiots they are. I have a degree in social studies, so I kinda know my stuff, lol. when I try to find gaping holes in Einstein's field equations. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Someday, Albert, someday the best theory of gravity, general relativity, is gonna be proven wrong. One of these days. YouTube comment on a documentary narrated by Liam Neeson. More accustomed to professional classicists, the voice of a Hollywood actor really turned me on. So many fantastic academics with many years of university and documentary experience could have done this and probably for a lot less money. Paul Cartledge, Tom Holland, Bethany Hughes, Mary Beard, Lorna Hardwick, Chris Emily Jones. Neeson's voice simply kept reminding me of some crap Hollywood movie. That's such great and significant content can only be marketed by using a famous celebrity as a sad reflection of our own dumb society. You seem to like using the word human, a sign of mental incompetence is repeating the same word ad nauseum. You are clearly a simpleton who can't grasp reality. Your spelling and grammar are even worse than your faulty logic. I've tried my best, but it's become painfully apparent that you just don't belong on planet Earth. Notice that I correctly used a capital E. The best thing for everyone is that you join Steve Irwin ASAP. Use whatever means you have at your disposal. Rope, gun, a cliff, etc. And tell him I said hi when you see him. Movie review, John Wick Parabellum. Crazy, gun fu, wild knife fight. I'm a fan of franchise. FLTG approved. You probably don't understand John Wick at all with your low IQ. All you care about is the action scenes. The oldest known melody, Korean hymn number 6. This is surprisingly good recording quality for 1400 BC.
This is the account. I know it.
This is recorded recently after they just found the notes. This isn't a recording from 1400 BC itself. Idiots these days. Now that I've been educated, not a musician here, just an illustrator, I can't enjoy any violin performance on TV, because most of them suck. But then again, I have always been picking on ads for every little thing that I do with graphic design.
Wait, I
blame myself
I haven't built visual on my
I know some people have higher IQ than me, but at the age of 13 and having an IQ of 150, I don't think it's that easy to find someone smarter than me, that's around my age or even older than me. As well as I only call idiots people who are dumber than me. Plus, I'm not famous because I keep the fact that I have such a high IQ, and even told my friend not to tell people. Plus the fact that I don't want to be famous. I'm not being a bra, just don't want to deal with irritating idiots. He's just dancing, similar to a jazz shuffle. Dogs don't understand the concept of dancing. They're nice animals, but they're also dumb. A goat don't attribute human characteristics to them. It doesn't make you look all that smart either. Apparently Jeff Bezos is accepting Amazon's returns is reason enough to pontificate on climate change. Hello, instead of pontificating on non-existent anthropomorphic climate change, maybe those 8,000 people you should be accepting returns instead of the founder having to do it. I sincerely doubt any person with a healthy dose of recalcitrance, reasonable researching ability, and the capacity to form their own opinions would arrive at the conclusion of our pollutants and making the weather go all crazy. I have spoken to a few others of similar abilities to myself who are adroitly congruent with me on the fact that 1 degree of temperature change in the ocean releases more CO2 than has been released in all of human history. Yes, leave these debates and calls for action to the smart people. Just accept the returns and don't bother with the activism. Thanks for listening. I'm not trying to sound clever. It just happens naturally. Childhood is when you idolize Batman. Adulthood is when you realize the Joker makes more sense. Anyone else ever feel too smart for their own good? Why don't Taliban even me? Please don't butcher the English language. If you want, you can DM me so I can give you some cheap English lessons. Note that this is coming from a linguistics student, so that would certainly be money well spent for you. Cheers. Edit. Am I getting downvoted because I speak decent English? Wow, really says something about the people who downvoted me, doesn't it? This Ted Bundy movie sucks. LMAO, how far in are you? Like half. It's more of a movie about him than it is about his killings, which I appreciated. It's incredibly well shot, but I don't blame you. I have a different taste for movies than you. I can interpret them in a more sophisticated manner. I'm much smarter than you, remember? Yikes, I almost just fought someone in the Walmart parking lot. When I was about 10, we were learning about the solar system. Teacher asked, does the sun move? Being the smart A I am, I answered along the lines of, yes, because of the Big Bang, the universe is moving and the solar system is moving. The center of the universe, including the sun. Teacher got a bit flustered and said, okay, yes, but the sun doesn't move relative to other planets. I understood that some kids need to grasp the concept of the sun being stationary within our solar system before we could explore outside of that. I was just being a little smart aleck. Snobs. Fortnite is for casuals. Me. Play it as a commentary on the inevitable inevitability of death in an increasingly war-torn world where too many people are fighting for resources while dealing with the dichotomy of getting noticed.
Not gonna lie, I would
Snobs.
feel really
What?
bad
Me,
not
casual.
getting
When the average on the test was 46%, you got 47%. I see this as an absolute win. If this ever happened to me, I would be greatly disappointed with myself. Luckily, I almost always score 4/3 of a standard deviation above average on my exams, which is why I have so many A and A+ grades. If you relate to this meme, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Work harder and better next time. I'm a Mensa certified literal genius. My IQ is 153. Do not act like any of you deserve to give me opinions, let alone criticize me. It's shameful, disgraceful, a wolf does not concern himself with the opinions of a sheep. Question for my friends on the interwebs. What happens when you combine computer science, math and geometry, quantum physics, ancient alchemy, modern Google searches, an internet full of random information in a mad scientist's brain with an IQ of over 200? Trouble, that's what.
Close your eyes. Oh look, we did it!
Avengers Endgame is apparently understandable by people with big minds. Possibilities of this series are endless, and the movie was a masterpiece. Probably too big for all you little minds to comprehend.
We can do this! Oh, okay.
3 assignments,
Go
feature
get
film
them
script,
Oz.
novel,
Yay, thank you,
and
Oz.
history
It's like I'm gonna be using Oz.
Only people with low IQ grapples
Hope
when
you're
lightning
having
strikes.
fun.
Me,
No,
I love
party
lightning.
room.
Every thunderstorm I love, watching the sky during the rain,
Go
watching
like
the
there.
beauty of
And
life. If I were white and not Will Smith's
let's do
silly
it again.
son,
Maybe
I
there
would be
is
the
a way
most
to get
respected
here.
philosopher of our and all time.
Or
Thanks,
not.
Jaden. Are you bonding
Genshin,
hydrogen
don't be
atoms
like
because you are
that.
the light of my
I think
life?
they
Don't
patched
get it.
a lot
It's
of
the sun and
things,
stars.
and you
The
can't
makes it to form a
system
light
a
by
lot.
bonding hydrogen atoms in the
Do what the
Still don't get it. And you're just too much of a troglodyte to understand such
I'm still gonna
intelligent
try to
pickup
do
lines.
as much as I can.
Stuff in the
without
titanium
cheating,
must be a
but
chemical
if it's
reaction
something like
consequence
this,
of the
then
transformation in the
I'm not
immense
gonna
kinetic
bother.
energy in the
Oh,
heat
we
of
got a
advertising
precious
projectile small
gem.
pieces.
You know
Worth
what?
mentioning
I
as
should
energy long due to
statue
target
of
angle,
7
plus it's not
months,
static and
Oh,
absorbs
you
as
know
well
what?
big
I need
energy
to pull
for
out an interactive
Big
box so
loss
that
in
I
fact.
can
Easy to
mark
imagine
all
the
of the
vectors. Your experiment on the
animalculus
effect of
that
such
I'm gonna be
anti-material
collecting.
could
First,
steel
animalculus,
forged? I
does this
think so.
count?
Yeah, the tungsten
maybe
core
yes.
round will do the job with a proper
okay.
angle of impact.
I was like,
bet
can I
would've
get
done
out
it.
of this?
The target is static,
It's so nice
even with
because
that
there's so
angle.
many
Need a
things to do
TLDR.
when you first start.
refuse to
Give
be
me first
beholden
of
by
course,
low
I need to
IQ
start
dropouts
collecting
whose
them
cognitive
ASAP.
ability is
Wait,
limited to
wait a
280
second, what's
characters at a
official
time.
as her
Thank you,
material?
though, for your unabashed honesty about your low
arrowheads.
cognitive
And also,
acuity.
one good thing,
I would say something,
there's
but it's
lots of
too
good
intelligent
things
to say.
about the
Thanks,
show, but one of
man.
the best things
I wish I
that
had
she
friends who were
is our
interested in
starter
discussing
character
ancient Latin
is the fact
philosophy while
that
drinking
she
wine.
is amongst that one.
Wow,
So all
intellectual.
of the materials are
Instead, I'm
available
rotting
for
away
us
with people who,
basically
let
since the
alone
beginning of the
Latin
game, which
philosophy,
actually
doesn't
makes me
even
really
know who
happy.
Michelangelo
Question
is,
is,
so
do we
please, give me a
pull?
break.
I mean, it's a bad idea to
Come
pull on
Everybody
the
knows who
standard banner
Michelangelo
with
is. He's a
gems.
teenage
But
mutant
also,
ninja
I don't
turtle.
want any of
Got
these
him.
4 stars.
If the
I'm
IQ
sorry to
difference
say
between
this.
two
You have
people
to
is
one
15
wish
to
on
20
that
points,
banner
a less
anyway,
intelligent person often will
but
interpret more
I'm
intelligent
really
concepts as gibberish
considering
because they don't
pulling
understand.
on
Maybe
the
that's what's
standard,
happening to
which is a
Navni
bad
here.
idea,
We should
I
show him
suppose.
empathy.
I need to
I
think about
appreciate
it.
your
Now I
Christian
have to go,
compassion,
I
Sam. I'm
suppose,
the immigrant whose IQ is 15 to 20 points below yours. Please
Let's
explain
do
how I
that
might better
one
myself, and I shall
symbolic wish
defer
that we
to
have
your
to do
eminent
on
wisdom.
Child's
I
banner.
see.
Let
You're
us
an
wish.
immigrant.
We're not
Pardon
gonna
me,
get
maybe it's just a
anything.
language barrier then.
Yep,
I
I'm
recommend
definitely
some
gonna
English courses.
sacrifice
You'll
at
get the
least
hang of
one
it. Just takes
episode to
practice.
get
that's-
all the
that's
animalculus and
helpful. Thank you.
oculus
Might
when
you
you
recommend
finally
which
go
language
to...
courses I might take? I
I'll
already have a
just
PhD
get
in
rid of
English
all of them.
literature,
Okay,
so they would need to build
when
off
we
of that.
finally get to
In a
the
thread about Old
problem,
Town
I
Road.
can't do
I don't know
this
about
with a
that.
bow
Language
character.
is fluid.
This is gonna have
Yes,
to
but
wait.
they'll go
Oh, is
farther
that
in this
the
world
flower
communicating
we need for
effectively and
official? I
eloquently,
think it
rather
is.
than with the grammatical
Okay.
skills
Normally, I
associated with
think
a
I
lower
would
caste
want
humanity,
to
often
save as
associated
many
with an
primo gems
uneducated
as we
population.
can
It's
and
just a
pull
song,
as
dude.
much
It's just
as
a
we can on
song. Oh, the real
breakup
one, no,
banners.
this hit different.
But, as I
Non-vax
said, the
kids
4
take a
stars
sip of
are
this
so
and it's
bad, but I really
over.
don't
Hello.
feel like
Never
we
had a
need to
vaccine
pull
in
for
my
them.
life.
Oh,
Drink
we're
out of that
just gonna
every
be
season at least
soloing
twice a
with
week and still
visual
have a
for
higher than
while, I
average
guess.
IQ.
I
Same for my 2
assume
younger
you're gonna
siblings.
have
The
to
only
keep
reason
again a
drinking out of
little
those
bit
is dangerous is the same reason don't want to
your
drink out of a
perfume.
plastic
I just
water bottle that's been
realized
left in the
these
car.
banners
The chemicals
were
in the plastic
not
are
good
released
ones
into
to
the water
start
when the
the
bottle or
series on.
hose is heated to a high enough temperature. The
Me and
chemicals
Kaya
can
just
then cause
both
cancer.
went,
And as
"There's
we all
water in
know,
there."
cancer cannot
That
be
works
prevented
for
by
us.
vaccines.
Isn't it that
Me
you
as
can
a
just, like,
child,
sprint
I like
through
being a
this?
bank of Monopoly.
not so I can cheat. Me as an adult. I like being a VC so I can invest in thousands of unfair advantages.
Fine.
Me as
The
a
first
child.
time it worked,
Mathematically,
though.
the best strategy is to buy all the property you land
no.
on, but to mortgage everything Orange Plus. Then trade to get monopolies on the orange
this is
properties.
not
And if you
looking
do this,
so
you'll
good.
always
Let's hold
win.
on.
Me as
We can
VC.
go maybe
Same.
to the aiming mode. No, I was hoping we can get maybe on the edge here. It's me again. Would
Cheese
you believe
balls!
that I
Ooga
actually
booga
could've
cheese
just
balls!
jumped
The
over
fact that
this?
he used Snapchat to show that island shows
Oh,
how
he's
little he
already
knows about
invited me
geography.
out.
What?
Oh,
Did I use meme correctly? I do not know much about these things, but I have read Richard Dawkins' Selfish Gene, where he first introduced the term, and apparently it is now used colloquially to refer to image macros and jokes. I do not understand how lower IQ people function, but it is fascinating. I would like to continue to learn from you people. Now we're good. I was editing my paper on string theory the other night, and my mom told me to stop playing on my laptop. I just stayed quiet and then watched her play Candy Crush and go on Facebook.
What am I even doing?
Confused noises? Physicist who still lives with his mother, LOL. But I'm 16, LMAO. I can't buy my own property yet. Pick one person in the world to meet aliens. While humor is subjective, this man is diagnosably an idiot. The way he presents himself and speaks just screams moronic stoner dropout. I very much doubt this man-child even completed high school. And it's not a harsh assessment, it is a simple and accurate one. Nothing but nonsensical spews from this man's mouth. I very much doubt that he has had a single intelligent thought his entire career. Guy is an outright moron. And so are you, so at least you got something in common with the guy. Don't lie to an overthinker. It never ends well. Such people are training their brains to look for holes in a story. If crap don't make sense, they'll think about it over and over until it does make sense. I am that person. Sure you are, sweetheart. Whatever floats your boat and helps you sleep at night. You're an anonymous account with a crappy username. Don't try coming for me. Also, my opinion does matter. LMAO, you know I was right. Haha, I know it took you a min to spell anonymous. LOL, I'm actually in college with a 4.2 GPA, and I'm almost done my political science major. You probably don't know what it is. Basically, bring up something political and I know more than you. You got a 4.2 GPA? You got a what? I think I know my problem. I'm too smart. Let me clarify. I'm too intelligent for what I've been doing with myself. Regardless of the job, my intelligence level has been beyond it. I sometimes have to dumb down to give off the impression I'm being taught. It is too confident. It's conceited. It's whatever you would like to put with it, but don't leave out it being the truth. I always feel like I am not met intellectually, and when something is too easy or not challenging mentally, I get bored. Hopefully soon I run into something that will give me all those things I'm looking for. Until then, hashtag I'm feeling myself, hashtag that man cocky, hashtag that man confident, hashtag that man needs to shut the F up. This is my biggest problem in life, and my college instructors are average at best. It's hard to get anything done when you have to actively think about what you're going to say and immediately dumb it down a few levels, just so more than 5% of the room will get it. I've had to be graded by an independent adjudicator on 3 separate occasions because my theses on papers are somewhat far-fetched, but still were well within the guidelines for the paper. And I was later given A's on all 3 papers. I just want to make an original paper instead of something that has been exhausted in many forms. This issue constantly crops up for me in the academic world, but nowhere near as much as in the work world. This has led to me be stuck working with people of diminished or non-existent intelligence because of progress in the work world. One must deal with academia. Hints, anyone? Maybe don't use a super and a 1v5 next time, okay? Damn, I didn't know we were replaying against 5 people. An admirable attempt to try and appear witty, yet it's ironic since you're clearly too ignorant to comprehend an obvious comparison of lives to people. Yikes. Not everything is about ease. Me, team, no, I'm pretty sure it is. For context, I know Python programming and I automate just about everything I come into contact with. Oh, Python, right, it's like the easiest one to learn. To everybody out there that knows Python, it's a joke. Please don't try and kill me. OMG, it's an angel! No, their brain isn't evolved to have sense of religion and afterlife, marked by some act like burial and making humanoid-shaped art. They simply don't understand what they don't understand and don't make any assumption to explain certain phenomena. You have got to be the biggest party animal on Earth. You ever think about all the consoles and trading cards and everything else rotting in landfills or forgotten in some attic or basement? No, I am sad. No. I mostly think about the unfathomable vastness of the universe, or the inexorable tick of time. But that's valid too, I guess. I know I pronounced that
Sure,
word
why
wrong.
not?
Seems like the
We're gonna
Series X
remember the
wins,
day.
as
Actually, if you're
expected.
still watching,
No.
let me
How
know,
so?
what do you
Explain
think
your
of
point,
this
please.
series? Kind of
Have you
fresh,
studied
not
computer
gonna lie.
science
I
or
think
quantum
I can
science or even
understand
compute unit
why
science, or
so
do you
many
even
content
understand what a
creators
teraflop
love
is?
just
Wow,
making
dang.
new
You
and new
capitalized the
accounts
first
all the
letter
time.
of every single frickin' word. Did I really just see someone say it's weird
I have
how
to
we
say,
have a
I am
vaccine for
quite
a
excited
virus
for
less
this
than a
series,
year old but no
it's gonna
cure
be
for
a
cancer?
pain,
Are you
but
dumb? Do you
maybe
know what a
good kind of
virus is?
pain.
What
The
cancer
reason
is?
why I was always
You wouldn't see
hesitant to
someone
make
say,
any type of
you would
series
hear
is
someone
because, like,
say,
I really don't
oh
want
my
to
bad.
have
Looks like I'm
another
about to
account that
hear
I feel
myself
like I need
beat
to
the
log
crap
in,
out of you.
every
To
single
be
day.
fair,
I need
you have to have a
follow
very high IQ
events
to understand
and
Rick
just
and Morty.
really
The
stress
humor is
myself
extremely
for no
subtle, and without a
reason.
solid
That's why
grasp of
this one,
theoretical
I feel
physics,
like I
most of
wanted
the
to
jokes will
take
go
it
over a typical
like
viewer's
more
head.
for
Bro,
funsies.
I've taken about 3
Basically, I still
IQ tests and I'm in the
try
top
to do
1%
as much as I
crap.
can
Still don't make
and
sense.
raise the characters as best
Man, I
as
hear you have to get a
can, but I'm
master's
not gonna
degree
stress
before you're even
myself
allowed to
log
watch
in
Rick and
every
Morty at
single
this point in
day.
time.
Can I
Why do
break
so many
this?
white people
Hold on,
speak
maybe I can
non-white
punch
languages?
attack.
Cultural appropriation is a real
can,
issue,
okay.
okay? One of the worst cases of this
One more.
is in the realm of second languages.
Oh, no.
Caucasians love to appropriate
This is
cultures
gonna
through
take
language
so
as a way to
long.
intrude
Can I
on the
even
lives of
do it?
those
It's
who
like
might not
critical
speak their
attacks?
language.
Or do I
It's
need
seen
my
as
burst? 'Cause
fun
I think
or
it's my burst that
interesting.
did the biggest
Smash
amount of
is
damage.
another
My
issue.
charge shots
And Tumblr has had this
technically are
debate
doing
before. You see, so many
something,
white
but
kids at
not
high
enough
school
to
or
make a
college who are
difference,
proud to
truly,
be able to speak
unless
Spanish.
we-
Why not
What if
speak
I
a European
plunge
language
attack on
like
him?
German instead of appropriating the
Would that do
culture of
something? I have
minorities?
no idea.
Gee
Maybe
whiz,
it
it's
is.
almost
Let
like
me try
Spanish
again.
is an incredibly commonly
I
spoken
think it
language
did
here in the
do-
U.
Okay, hold on. We gotta shoot you pretty fast so that he doesn't put his shield back on. Oh, yes. Can I make
United States.
some food?
Therefore,
Ooh,
not at all a
yeah.
bad idea
Yes,
to
sweet
learn.
madame smoothie,
Awkward that
that's-
you're saddened
Let's
that he
be
passed
honest, I
away
don't know
peacefully.
when we're gonna
Should have
get a
said,
healer,
passed away this
so,
morning,
yes.
followed by the rest of the information.
Ooh, have
He
an
died
item
peacefully at home
forge,
surrounded.
process,
You might be book
ingredients,
smart, but not people smart.
character. Now,
Well,
can
that's
I
a possibility.
upgrade you to level-
I am
Ooh,
neural
I
diverse.
can't
It's an interesting
upgrade you to
being a smart
level
female with an interest in
20.
accurate language
I
usage.
can't ascend
I
you. At
understand that
least
I take some
upgraded.
getting used
You know,
to.
I
Yeah, you are
think
quite a pill,
that
aren't
it
you?
would
A
be
horse
nice
pill.
to
The
try
more
to
energy you
get
have,
all of
the more
them
faster
so that
you
we
go.
get the free
If you go
point
faster than
base.
light, you
We don't
time
really have any
travel.
other
What does this have to do with the video? Just to get a fact out there.
process
You can't control me,
ingredients and have an item
so
forge.
this video is about phones, and phones have energy.
10.
My
That is
topic was about
exactly
energy.
what we
See
need.
how
You
it
know how
links?
about we
Why, yes.
process them?
I definitely see how this tracks, my
Ooh, we
man.
got the
This
weapon
meme is dumb.
that we don't
Just
really
cause
need,
you
but we
are
have it,
hours
so
ahead in
I
terms of
don't
sun
need
rising and
this.
setting
Well,
doesn't mean you
that's
know
better
the
than
future.
nothing.
It's illogical.
Wait, we can
Memes
get
are
this
supposed to
for
show
the show.
logical truth,
Let's
not
get
illogical
this, and
thoughts.
also we
Even
can
as a
get the
joke, I
red
find
one
it
for
dumb.
Amber. I don't
Now we
know
find
which
you
one
dumb,
of
bro.
these
I don't watch
materials we
TV
will
either,
need
and
to
haven't for at
make
least
up for
15 years.
later.
Just because
Let's see
mainstream
then.
hasn't called it a
How
fact doesn't mean it
many
isn't
gems
so.
do we have?
5.5 deviations from the norm,
714.
or
That is
about
definitely
1.5 million
not
chance of it
I'm trying
happening.
to say, is
I am
there
rarely wrong about
gold
such
we line
things. You should
somewhere,
listen
but
to
I
me.
think it might
But
be
you
at the
won't.
storm
Hell,
terror
my own
layer.
family is constantly
Well,
arguing and trying to prove me wrong about
we
things.
just got
Having an
a
extremely high IQ
fate.
isn't all it's
You know
cracked
what
up to
that
be.
means. I was
It's
actually
honestly
doing
boring to be
the
so
Arkham
smart
quest,
and
but I decided
understand
to stop
everything.
recording the
Yeah, I can
episode,
totally
and then
imagine.
they're
Well,
like,
kind of.
actually,
It's
no,
very
you
difficult to
haven't
explain my
done
exact
so
views.
let's see.
I would have to
Can we
write
get
an
a
essay,
second
history
character
report,
that we
and a
can
book
use
report
that
to
we can
explain it,
build?
okay?
I would love
Do
to.
it.
Please,
I know how to
need
read.
one more
If Biden
character.
wins, I'm
Any
leaving the
other
U.S. and
element
going to
that's not
Hawaii.
electro,
Vote
I'll
red,
take it.
a-holes.
That's cool.
I solved this in 2
That it's a
minutes.
character
It's
and not a
very
weapon.
simple.
Yeah, I
Black has so
clarified
few
that as
options.
well.
A composition with mate in 3. What? It is obvious that white only will move the king,
I mean,
and the
it's a
king
great
on the B
sword,
file.
but-
Having trained to quickly see the patterns of what a
No.
knight can do in a few moves is
No.
helpful for a beginner
Yeah.
like me. And I
You gotta
never
be
watch
kidding me,
TV.
right?
Waste of
Oh,
time
what
and brain.
are the odds
Never
of that?
experienced this personally. I have very
well,
assiduous doctors with superlative acumen who are quite efficacious. I would, however, certainly embolden this for those who aren't as fortuitous. There it is. There's the thesaurus guy. Oh my god, we found him. Take your purple prose and screw off. What's the word we used to be able to say back in the before PC and Karen culture? Well, what is it? If I tell you, then everyone else will know, and I can't kill that many people in one outing. What? It could have irreversible effects on my mental well-being and road to recovery. And now that everyone's dead from knowing what they shouldn't know, my path to recovery from killing everyone would be quite arduous, and some, who now aren't alive, would say an almost impossible endeavor. Seeing as all the therapists and psychologists are now dead, this is a quandary now. My sense of tattletelling says, do it. Yet my sense of self-preservation is saying, be cool, monkey, be cool. I shall send a flare into the void of internet and ask for a dial a friend option on this question. Sadly, I don't own a working phone. Another hurdle of a stumbling block. Coward. I prefer smartass or facetious if being pretentious sounding. Why can't Trump go to the White House anymore? Because it's for Biden.
I think this might be because of her
He's there for the next 3 months minimum, genius. To all the low IQ people, 2.5 months rounded up is actually 3 months. Thanks and have a great day. Oh yeah, one more thing. You can't comment on my appearance or my bio if you don't have a real profile picture. That's the rules. Peace. I love this and all her content, but dang, the way she says reconnaissance just rustles my jimmies. Good day. The word is French. Your arrogance and hubris are only overmatched by your overweening provincial ignorance. There, you poor silly Yankee from blah 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 blah. Such is life. Have a good one. Stay safe. Ciao.
Anyway, you also seem like an easygoing person, which I really adore. So much for the self-deprecating humor already. Am I being intimidating? I tend to write high-level English already up front.
Deprecating. Oh man. Oh man, of just absolute vocabulary caliber.
But don't worry, you can rest assured that I don't intend to overwhelm. I in fact trying to impress you.
Oh no, his battery's running out. Quick, get him some new double A's.
You also have a wide pelvis bone, which make you look fertile and procreation.
Also, if you
thus more feminine and attractive, say like a woman that deserves the grace.
If you think that was complicated, learn to play Uto. That marks the end of that.
This is the first post, and I am already in like internal pain. The real question now.
It's really easy to get AR this early by doing quests randomly.
Will you nurse my seeds and grow them?
Missions also give us a steady source of experience.
You know, there are days that I look back on my Tinder and just remember the horrible and just pathetic lines I'd attempt to try and get at least one reaction, but then you see messages like this and you realize, you know what? Saying hello actually isn't that useless.
A situation like a traffic accident could definitely trigger an acute stress response, or more colloquially known as fight or flight. This is caused by the sudden and large release of including adrenaline and noradrenaline, which sends the brain into hyperactivity, resulting in a deferral to the most basic survival instincts.
Okay, that's not too bad, just giving some nice facts about, you know, fight or flight.
If I were put into that situation,
there it is.
The driver that crashed into me would have been in seriously grave danger, as my alpha instincts would have taken over, and I possess extraordinary levels of strength and speed.
It's gonna be a lot of Icarus themes today, I feel. You just flew too close to the sun. I find it near impossible to relate to individuals on a deeper level if they're not atheists. They can be acquaintances, and they can be friends, but would I ever have a deep connection with that individual? Sadly, there is a point where conversations stray from reason to delusion. I notice this trend in all the people I know that are religious or spiritual. Eventually, in one conversation or another, they stray from logic. This type of thinking just doesn't match my own. And I feel as if it would be impossible to form deep bonds with friends and romantic partners that aren't atheists. My Fayanki, best female and male friend, close group of friends, family members I'm close with, all atheists. Adults who are afraid to check their bank account.
Next, we have to do the
college students afraid to check both. I assume there was a third panel here that makes the last panel make more sense.
Accurate as free!
Gotta be accurate.
It's really not that hard to pay for college.
This just in, some random person on the internet has been brutally murdered. College students using
About 10% of the way through exhausting the polyA chains on the mRNA, the spikes have started to get migrated into inter- and intracellular areas, and my T cells have gotten woken up to witness the start of my immune system producing antibodies against the COVID spikes. Once enough T cells have been presented in an antibody example, they will be ready for the real thing. Like, all you needed to do was type that first sentence, and it would have been fine. You had the chance to stop, but again, like Icarus, you've flown too close to the sun being your overbearing.
Excuse me, what?
Neither necessary nor sufficient.
And a pretty good
I fail
one
in
at that.
dating and do.
I'm not gonna
They
use it
succeeded
because all the
and
necessary
don't.
materials to
So
ascend it
treating
are
someone
found
as the
in his
person they are is neither
all the gates
necessary
I got,
nor sufficient.
I could finally get the
Well, for
blueprints
ethical
to
behavior, it
prosper.
is necessary.
I had
However,
already
the
collected the
dark
materials necessary
tetrad,
to
the
get it
Guinness triad,
beforehand, so I could
exists because it is
automatically
not essential for
Also, at
all
some
dating
point I got
goals.
Widsith, which I used
No,
on
I
her
see
before
why
getting
they don't
Frostbearer
date
during
you.
Dragon's
And I'm a
Fire
being
Exploration.
from another planet,
Now I can
seemingly
finally
according
start
to this
acting one
profile
of the
picture. And I'm a
We finally
furry.
made our
Even
main
we
character,
aren't
and then
interested in
Daddy
you.
died.
If only
We
they
have to
knew
go
the
around
truth.
and tell the
It
adept
takes a
about his
brilliant
death.
mind such
First
as
was
mine.
Moon
Was her
Carver,
dead?
and it's
Please
fights like
reveal
these
to
where I
us your
think,
wisdom.
this
Yes,
be a lot
math
more
is not a
difficult than
natural
you could see
blueprint
one?
coded into nature.
Well, I don't have
It
to
was
worry about that
invented
because
in
I did.
3000
Which makes this
BC
fight
by
really
the
easy.
Sumerians
If I
as a
didn't have that
social
AoE
construct.
translation,
Our
that would make
understanding
this
of
fight
math
and other fights
varies
in
with
this
our
challenge
culture
without a doubt
and
a lot
beliefs.
slower.
Don't downvote
Next
me!
is mountain shape.
Downvote your own ignorance. I'm 21 female. My whole life I felt like I was much more emotionally intelligent than my peers. Therefore, I still feel lonely and even more isolated now. I'm also really into visual arts and philosophy, and I'm exploring my truth and meaning in those fields. I find it really hard to relate to young adult books because they still revolve about things like what other people think, having illusions about romance and friendship, etc. Honestly, I'm way past these things, she says, feeling lonely. Catenin D is the Fibonacci of songs. Don't at me. Okay, so what does this mean exactly? I mean, I understand the concept of what you're trying to say, but I just don't know the words that you're saying it with.
That's not true because of Frostbearer.
Fibonacci is the equation for beauty. I'm just saying it's a beautiful song is all. Then say that intelligence is a curse. You just find everyone else to be simple. Even making friends becomes difficult. You know. Isn't that it? Maybe stop approaching friendships like a university exam. Fixing typos in your text is for cowards. I'll message someone what's doing and that's on them to figure out what I just said. Shows your ignorance and inability to use proper grammar. Really a great way to teach your children to spell and write a correct sentence. Feel sorry for you, but even more sorry for your children. Hope you were able to read and understand this as the spelling and grammar are correct. You flex hard yet can't structure a sentence. The Iliad. The greatest time, along with the Odyssey. Okay, fine, I'll buy it. 90% of the book is just Homer name-dropping 1,000 names that adds absolutely nothing to the narrative. Wow. This is the power of the Greeks. God, it's posts like this that makes me so thankful I was educated at a top school where ideas were actually discussed and pleb filth like you are kept on the other wide of the fence. So much so that you can't even fathom that there are people who understand or like the Greeks.
It's
anyone in the
time
world wants
to
know the
get
true
lit.
essence of why
Why couldn't I
inequality
get
exists in
that
the world,
earlier?
It's captured in our ordinary people posts like this. Have fun with your poopy, ignorant life. A question for the other geniuses out there. Have you gotten to the point where you were all like, okay, now I can chill out? Never met one who could. I'm not saying I will stop being a genius, but I will do a better job of letting others into my life if they smell good.
What?
None of that cheap Victoria's Secret stuff. Just please don't flinch when I grab your hand. It's okay to blush. How did this go from woe is me to I am James Bond, I touched you, now you want my babies? What? Where was the transition? Online content I can't believe adults actually are doing and are making decent money from.
Let's talk about Pokemon Go.
I never played that stuff. I don't follow trends. I'm an individual with a mind of his own, which in today's world is rarer than the rarest Pokemon, of which I would have no idea what that is. Naturally.
Okay, Nike, no. Don't put AI chips into more shoes, please. It's not good.
I don't consider myself intelligent, but people around me think I am. I like to read a lot without any particular topic in mind. So, when I start talking to people, they think I am intelligent, even though I am not. Well, this intimidates a ton of potential partners. They think I am, and I quote, perfect, not into relation because of all my talking and stuff. Oh, this makes it so hard for getting into relationships. So, basically, if you are intelligent, or people think you are intelligent, then your probability of getting a partner goes way down. Oh, that's it, man. Oh, you're so smart, so self-aware. It's because you're so smart that girls lose interest. Yeah.
Reality is going to hit you like a freight train.
Why do some people with a higher IQ look dumb? The more you know, the dumber you sound to stupid people. Or the more you make people uncomfortable. This is so perfect. For the time that you look at this image, you don't know if it's a boy and a girl, or a girl and a girl, a boy and a boy, a man, white girl, a white man and an Asian girl. You know nothing. Just the simplicity, the connection, and the beauty of two human beings sharing love. And that's all that should ever matter. False. The external occipital protuberance on the right skull is much more pronounced, indicating that it is male, while on the left it is female. Also, both skulls have undulating jawbones, mostly ascribed to Caucasians or Africans. The back of the lower jaw is flatter on the left, meaning that the elder is most likely Caucasian. Unfortunately, the edge of the jaw is obscured on the right, making it harder to distinguish. Of course, all this data is imprecise, but it paints a picture of a straight, non-Asian couple, most likely both white. Nice idea, though. You know, I don't trust anybody that looks at skulls like this. They always seem to be portrayed in a very particular way in media, don't they? 19-year-old girl takes pride in not being able to socialize with people in her age group. When you get along better with the 35-plus-year-old chemists and PhDs than with the 20-plus-year-old party-goers. That's great. That's super cool. Look at that. If I want to live, then I don't care. Why would it matter, you know? I guess at the end of the day, the big problem is always going to come back to you looking down on other people. There's nothing wrong with getting along with the 35-plus-year-old chemists and PhDs, but I know damn well when you're talking about the 25-plus-year-old party-goers, you're like, yeah, they're the losers. I don't want to hang out with them anyway. They never picked me for kickball. Guy I went to high school with. He also says he plans to run for president. He isn't joking. I live my life 500 miles at a time. No more, less. I'm focused on my destination and think about the future. I'm a really complex and interesting person. If you're gonna run for president, you can't be posting cringe, okay? You have to wait until after you're in office to post cringe. You see, that's the rule once you make it. I can't wait to see if this dude ever actually tries. I don't really know what I know that there's, you know, age requirements and stuff like that, but I'd like to see whoever this is, so I can absolutely give them my vote. Reddit user flaunts his intelligence and superiority in his bio. I bet. I'm a software developer and a PhD in physics. I'm here primarily for fun and knowledge. One thing to know about me is that I'm nice only with nice and smart people. Given that lots of stupid people are out there, I'm not generally a nice person. I don't have the will to win people around, unless they're valuable and have contributed to this world positively. If you're not one of those, I very likely won't have the will to play it nice with you unless you play it very nice with me. Just a really long way of saying, hey, if you're a jerk, I'm gonna be a jerk. Because you can just say that, but no, you wanted to purple prose this shit up, didn't you? You wanted to sound so much smarter and better than other people. Art critic fails to understand the point of an artwork. Alright, hold on, let's see here. Let me take a look at this picture really quick. That's actually just a really good piece of art. I like it a lot. I can definitely, what's the word? Empathize? Sympathize? I get it. That's what I'm saying. I get it. I've been there. One of the worst drawings I've seen for understanding how light patterns from an area, the monitor. The spread is typical of a point source with enclosing shade. Even then, the shadow of her head is ludicrous. Physics of light is part of communicating drawing and painting. These understandings emerged early in the Renaissance. Keep up?
There are two problems.
Man, imagine thinking you're an artist and you take everything either literally or you look at it from a realistic perspective. Dude, that's so boring, okay? Grow up, dude. I regret that some of the women who could break my heart are women who can't sustain/initiate a conversation on black holes, Marxism, behavioral economics, criminology, smart agriculture, literary criticism, number theory, or poison? No, it's not right. Distribution, etc. What a wasted youth. You sound very sad. Look, anybody can talk about this crap. Anybody. Look, we'll start a conversation about black holes right now. I think they teleport you to the back room. Alright, let's go. What makes you special? What makes me special? I'm 5'11", taller than most Indian guys. I'm 17 and own an iPhone 12 Pro. I have a PS5 as well as a gaming PC, Core i9, RTX 3090. I live in the United States of America, LA to be precise. Yeah, that makes you real special. My ex-girlfriends have all been white, something I'm proud of. That feels really weird. I'm an intellectual, okay? I think I'm a mix between Alpha and Sigma male, Smalpha, Algma, Algma. I like that one. Wolf type, but very outgoing too. I'm working out to be more muscular at just 17 years of age. Most kids of my age watch Friends and I read Feynman, is it Feynman lectures, and watch more intellectual shows. I don't use garbage like Facebook, Twitter, or Reddit. Where is this posted? I only use Quora, LinkedIn, etc. Keep up your... So is this on LinkedIn? Because this is frickin' great. I like Italian food over Indian. I want to become a billionaire. Biggest goal. Most of my friends are into middle-wage jobs. Dream higher and bigger, fellas. I like physics, math, astronomy, low IQ subjects. Oh my god! Ooh. Someone wasn't creative enough to get into art schools. It's boring as hell and doesn't make use of the brain one bit. Are you high? I'm a budding polymath and polyglot. I'm pretty fair-skinned too. Why do you keep pointing stuff like that out? I prefer relationships over hookups, as I've tried them both. Oh, I'm so sure you have, for certain. You had to throw in the... By the way, I have had sex right at the end. That's what he's doing. Cute Japanese girl, thanks for the likes. Please follow me. It's not only enough to be cute. I want to read intellectually stimulating posts when I'm on Twitter, with important messages and so forth.
It was just a little bit more difficult than
you want what? You come to Twitter for stimulating posts, like intellectually stimulating?
After that,
I would kill to see this guy's likes. No, really, I want to know what kind of garbage they like. I'm sure there's a few like weird propagandic tweets around a crap ton of hentai. I'm a biochemist, and I'm not impressed. Where's the vitamin K and folate? Never mind everything else. K stop bleeding. Why aren't they in a multivitamin? Bleeding people. Kind of important. The missing 33% vitamin C. You know, anti-cancer? Never mind the other missing stuff. You're a biochemist, and you just called vitamin C anti-cancer? So something here is not really adding up. What architect designed the glass pyramid in the courtyard of the Louvre? Philip Johnson? Frank Gehry? Two names I can't pronounce? I know that the average American is very uneducated and pretty stupid, but these $250,000 and $500,000 questions would be below $1,000 in the UK. Did you know the answer? No. Stop the video before the ride, because I've seen this video. This dude's a G, okay? But did you know the answer, pal? This man's dating profile states he values intelligence. I can name all of the presidents backwards. I can name all current U.S. Supreme Court justices. Oh, wow, because there's like 2 of them. All retired and living U.S. Supreme Court justices, plus a number of U.S. Supreme Court justices from history. Can you stop saying U.S. Supreme Court justices, please? I can name all of the Super Bowl winners.
Much about Crystallize, but it's a Morax end. It's the key reason why a lot of the Abyss Mage fights are really easy. That and the Jade screen. We're still at AR-35 by that, so we finally decided to rebuild our house, and every fight in there was easy, including Beicht. One Wolf of the North later, and now it's time for some Marrow. First combat bit was the Withering Zone. All the fungi here were shut down very easily by Ningguang, and next was the Confusion domain. It was pretty similar in difficulty to the Withering Zone, and then we go to Samira City to get our Akasha terminal. But then I realized I had been playing for 12 hours straight, and I should probably get off. We go to Port Ormos, and at Port Ormos we meet another
Can you stop saying U.S. Supreme Court justices, please? I can name all of the Super Bowl winners backwards.
After that,
I can name all of the British prime ministers from World War II to today. I watch Jeopardy, and the hell does that stand for? Chase, split second, and tug of words. I'm a knowledge/information sponge. But you sound
After that,
so
we fight some
sad.
fungi to test
I
the
mean,
knowledge
really,
capsule that we
you
bought
can
from
name
Tycho.
names. You're
Next was
smarter
the
than the
Eremites
rest
at
of
the
us for
dock,
sure.
and they were really
That's
easy
just
as well.
knowledge for
Now
knowledge's
it's time
sake.
for
That's
Act
just
2,
trivia
which is
knowledge.
entirely
How
a
does that
boring
help you
quest
learn?
except for
How
one
does
fight, and
knowing
that fight
all
is
the
easy.
Supreme
So
Court
let's move on to
justices
Act
or
3.
every president backwards
meet
really mean anything in
Then
terms
fight
of
some
intelligence?
Eremites
That
in the
just means that you
forest
can
before going to the
memorize a
desert
bunch
to
of
fight some
names.
Rift Hounds.
Like with me,
Both fights
almost
were
every
really
time an
easy,
actor
and
pops
some
up
of
on
the
screen, movie, I know who they are.
Geo.
Almost.
Now time for
Plenty
Act
that I
4.
can't name
The
for
first
sure,
fight
or
with
forget 'cause I'm
more
stupid.
Aramites
But that doesn't
was
help
even
me
easier
in
than
any way.
before.
It doesn't mean I'm smart. It means I'm on the
Fights were
spectrum and
pretty
I'm really good at going, "Oh, it's Daniel Day-Lewis, I knew it. It's been 7 days.
Yes, I was wrong.
7 days of learning
Final part of Act
Python, and
4
I
was
find
the
it
King Dash
hard.
Red domain.
My IQ is
Or an
26,
error,
and I
bunch of
know
fun
I'm a
guy, and we were
genius.
able to skip
However,
the room
coding is
with
still a
only
challenge
Geo
to me.
fun guy.
Should I quit
Which
or
would have definitely caused
persevere?
problems.
Isn't Python like
Now I can finally
recommended
start Act
as
5.
a really
First were
good
more
starting
damn
point,
Aramites,
easier to
and
learn,
just like
harder to
all the
master
other
sort
Aramite
of
groups, they
thing,
were
or
easy.
was I told
Next,
the
we
wrong
finally have a
thing?
challenge
Because I
with
got
the
into it
2
for a
members.
tiny bit,
They can't really
an
hit us
hour,
because
about
our
an
jade
hour,
screen
yeah,
flies
and
shields.
everyone
But
said,
we
yeah,
can't
start
really
with
hit them
Python,
either
that's the
once they
easiest
get
one
their
to start
shields.
with. Other
I
brilliant
have
men,
special
rare,
disdain for the
and other
Electro Hammer guy.
humble enough to
Fight
learn
twice
what
here.
you teach.
Believe me, our
Young
troubles with
kings,
the 2 members
there's a
on
price to
anytime
pay for being a
War
winner.
happens,
At the
and now
highest
it's time for
echelon
the
of
Deist
brilliance, you can only be friends with 2 kinds
we
of
fought
people.
here besides
Other
the
brilliant men,
Coyotes
rare.
engage,
Those
and
humble
Geo's
enough to
app
learn
guy
as you
were
teach.
annoying.
Anyone else will
The
turn
Electro
on
Hammer
you
guy and
sooner
the
or
Hydro
later.
Gun guy were
What?
tanky,
Stop
the Pyro
trying
Gun
to
guy
sound
can be
smart.
annoying with his
It
strong
gets very
attack,
confusing.
and the Animal
Agreed.
Boxer can
This
block
is my most
attacks.
frequent reaction to
After we
performative
finally
outrage.
completed that, it's time
I
to
have a
scare 'em.
statistics degree.
Ningguang destroyed
Practicing
faster
the
than any other
pathos
character.
side of reasoning used in the
Ningguang is
humanities.
very strong, and when he
Emotion
gets stunned, he
argumentation
becomes super
is
frail,
ridiculous
which
to
allows
point
us
to
to
parody,
obliterate
begging for satire.
Lastly
We
was the
cannot
boat
tell
domain.
what's real or comedy
Rift Towns
any
were
longer.
again
Will you
weak
quit
to
using
Geo,
big
and
words
the
like it
hilltowns on the
makes
boat
it
were
seem
mostly projectile
smarter?
based.
I know the most common thing to
We
do.
finished off the
Break out the
Electro
thesaurus,
and
rather the
I think it's safe to
website,
say
because
Polio
the
you to use
book.
Ningguang
I mean,
in
come
every
on.
team
Break
because
it
of how
out, and then
friggin'
just
good she
filter
is.
in a bunch of
I
stupid
don't
words.
think anyone can
Emotion
describe my saying this is one
argumentation
of
is
the easiest
ridiculous to
game
point of
challenges I've
parody.
ever done.
Argumentation?
If it weren't for Gamel
What?
and Ningguang's
Practice
trouble
the
with
pathos
three members,
side of reasoning
this would be
used
my
in the
easiest
humanities.
challenge
Just
by
stop
far.
it. Just stop it.
Either way,
I
on the
literally
tier list
learned
of difficulty,
Japanese
I'm
just from
placing
anime.
Outwalk in
It's
the
really easy to
and I
learn
think
if you
you
listen
guys
to it.
understand why.
I'm just kind of a genius, I
honestly mad
guess.
at myself
You
for
need to
overlooking
prove that
Ningguang's
you
true
learned
potential for so
Japanese
long.
from anime.
She's a
And
very
I'm not
good
talking
character that
about,
can deal a
say,
lot of damage and be
Sugoi
versatile
or
in many
Nani.
roles.
I want you to
next
actually
challenge will be
speak to someone who knows how to speak the language fluently, like a native, and then we can prove that you're full of crap. I don't know a single human being, no matter how genius, who has learned any language just from watching shows. No, come on, man. There's that dude on YouTube that does those videos where white guy surprises these people with their language. I bet not even that guy could learn Japanese just from anime. And that dude is an insane genius. This is part of the reason I try to write with the amount of effort I do. It's far easier to understand by most metrics, along with the fact that it will be harder to see inherent flaws with how I write. Some people find it annoying when people write like they would a college essay, but I don't solicit that opinion anymore. Man, you actually have upvotes on this comment. It's kind of sad. Not that you put effort into a comment. I think everybody should and could be putting in a little bit more effort in their responses and comments and blah blah blah. I don't want to read an essay. I don't want to feel like I'm reading an essay. But this was a lot easier to read than some of the alternatives or some of the other things we've seen here on this channel, ain't that? But you don't have to sound like such a douche when you do it. I personally think watching a game streamer is foolish, but to each their own. Entertainment is subjective. Whenever I try to comprehend the fractal abstractions of watching a person concealed by a fake personality and fake character overlay, play a video game to a... That accent has changed like 9 times, by the way. I did like 40 different accents there. Okay, let me continue here. The fractal abstractions of watching a person concealed by a fake personality and fake character overlay. Play a video game to appease an unceasing waterfall of sentence fragments and emoji. My brain reboots. Did you really just use the phrase comprehend the fractal abstractions? That doesn't mean anything. Remember, the average native English speaker does not talk like this. We don't say things like fractal abstractions. We don't do that. In all realness, in all realness with you, that doesn't mean a damn thing to any normal person. I am versed in the ways of the human mind. Before I liked this subreddit a lot, but then I entered the faculty of psychology and realized that its members lack quality as people, frustrated and projecting themselves on different people and practices or actions. This leads them to want to make fun of other people's pain and misfortune, shame and misery. Unpleasant people that I have no idea why they think they are superior to others. And I mean it. I have no idea. They all have the same respiratory system, and same digestive system. They're all the same The only thing that changes is the shell and the masks that they create so exhaustively, so as not to look weak and mediocre. Okay, man. I farted. Thank you. We need more people like that guy out here. Looks like a cigarette. It's fun at first, but eventually it kills you. I'm 13, and this is deep. Okay, kid, I'm 16 and don't feel it's deep. Right now, quantum mechanics and string theory are deep for me. You don't know what either of those things are. I can almost guarantee it. The fulfillment of my dopamine receptors finds no equal to the profound satisfaction emanating from the consumption and introspection of striking specimens of philosophical literature. Oh, Edmund Husserl's phenomenology, sorry, I read that, phenomenology of habitually and habitus, you've rocked my bloody world. Again, none of that meant anything. That right there, by the way, what I just read, is how English sounds to people that can't speak it. You know what I mean? The profound satisfaction emanating from the consumption and introspection of specimens of philosophical literature. Watching a show clearly makes you smart with indispensable skills that can run a $30 billion company. I love how we, the fans, were acknowledged as smart, discerning intellectuals. It's true. And I'm 100% certain that each of us knows it for a fact as well. You can only truly enjoy Succession if one is highly curious, highly capable of abstract thinking, and filling in so many... This is just, you have to have a very high IQ to enjoy Rick all over again. I'm so glad I never watched this show, ironically. I find it limiting. It feels like I'm versed in the mundanity of life, and I'm still in my 20s. Very late 20s, mind you. Like, you're hearing the same joke over and over, and no one around you is tired of it. I have a friend who's not gifted, and the cycles he finds himself in are apparent to me, but still elicit the same vigor for him. I believe to be ignorant of your folly, in a dichotomous sense, is liberating. You can just start again tomorrow without being... That's great. Most mentally sane Discord user. Help me believe it's not the real me. Somebody help me tame this animal. Harvard graduate, PhD, IQ of 138, the Stanford Binet, it doesn't matter. Sex pundit? What the hell does that mean? Cunning linguist, free-thinking alpha male, and lone wolf. Likely hotter than you, and definitely smarter. Debate me. I'm ready. Remember, people that are looking to debate like this are trying to do it in very bad faith, and it's literally impossible to win. Because they're not there to debate you, they're there to get you into a moment so they can, win or whatever. Also, how can you be an alpha male and the lone wolf? I thought the Sigmas were the lone wolves. As someone who tested in the 99th percentile and higher for reading skills in school, it put my frustration with other people's reading skills into perspective. I would notice a lot of my classmates would entirely skip over words when reading out loud or read the first few letters of a word and then guess what the rest of the word is. There'd end up being an enormous gap between what was on the page and what was read out loud, both in terms of content and overall meaning. It was dreadful and kind of frightening that people were getting passed along in school on their way to graduation with somewhere between a 4th and 8th grade reading level. Felt lucky, though, as I was reading at a 12th grade level or so by 5th grade. Same, but I don't go saying that because it's weird. I'm very stupid, but the one thing that I could do really well, better than almost everybody I ran into in school, the one thing that I actually could do, that was reading. I could read and speak very well. Now, I leave a lot of my goof ups in these videos now because I think it's kind of important that you guys know that I ain't perfect. I screw up reading these all the time, especially if it's something long like this. But damn it, that was the only thing I had. I'm not going to go around going, well, I'm reading at a college level, and you're reading at a 9th grade level. You're stupid. Dude, no, I'm stupid. So is there IQ 150 or not? If you had an IQ over 150, would you tell anyone? No. What are the top 5 critical things that every young adult should know before they move out on their own? I don't know. How do people with IQs of 140 to 200 think from a intellectual and practical point of view? I tested at 150 in high school. My parents showed this score to me, and I decided to graduate early. You just decided to graduate early? Also, it's the highest IQ ever recorded, like 184 or something like that. So who the hell out there with a 200? Dude has a hissy fit about a minigun in a video game. First of all, it's a Maxim gun, not a Gatling, and especially not a minigun, which refers to a specific model chambered in 7.62 NATO Edit. Apologies. But pedanticism doesn't let that slide. First of all, that's not a Maxim gun. That's pixels on a screen. It cost you 400,000 downvotes to fire this little nugget of knowledge for 12 seconds. Also, I don't know why. I never see people talking about the minigun, but I was obsessed with that specific thing as a kid. Just to go off the rails for a moment, isn't it called that because it's literally a miniature version of the stupid cannon that they have to build a plane around? Guy shows off his big brain on a simple meme. Okay, cool. That's like very giving tree in a way, I guess. We ourselves put mud on our heads by our senseless actions. Any quantum of advice proved futile. Our whole generation is an idiotic excuse for evolutionary theoretical pedagogy? Wow, some of these words don't feel real. See, I said just a second ago that I was really good at reading and speaking aloud, and then I come across words like that and they ruin everything. That God was like, psych, or psych, pronounced as psych instead of psyche, I see, as in using psychology to psych out someone. Psych was always just a lazy spelling of spoken words by someone who didn't understand what they were hearing, like Master of Ceremony, MC, turning into MC in writing by people who didn't know what MC was. Cool. That is how slang works. Thank you very much for the lesson. She, her. Smarter than you in every way. An expert in advanced physics and multiple languages. The light in the darkness of ignorance. That is this website. You can try to debate me, but I always win. Yeah, I wonder why. I just talked about that. Debate bros, including you, are not doing it in good faith in any way. You don't want to learn anything. You just want to win. Does feeding infants tea increase their IQ? Okay. I've been drinking tea since the age of 2. And I'm the smartest person I know of. That you know of? Are you high? I believe the caffeine in the tea increases a baby's brain activity and gets the synapses firing. This makes them smarter and more intelligent. I don't have any sources to prove it, but maybe some scientists could study this. When you're a baby, your brain is far more malleable than as an adult. So feeding babies tea/coffee could be a way to make them smarter. You're the smartest person that you know of, and you're suggesting we start feeding our infants black coffee. We are Magadonians. We are very smart. We stick together as one. We follow Truth Social. We put America first, and we will make America great again. Anybody want to take bets on who made this post? Anybody got any ideas? Because I'm coming up blank. This man thinks he's smarter, but he can't even type. I will do my best. You girls wanted the equal opportunities and obligations. Understand the offer to help can be resented. Your vibes is an answer. We don't have to tolerate your soul character accountabilities. As a respectable answer, soul actions is either attraction or that value of a cat's hairball in kitty litter so done with female. I once valued females, then when they told me learn my worth and I measured theirs to how much they are hands-on life situations as me beside me and what test score that is school education wise every kid you made and don't have that man is a grade level held back. Some of you don't even rank daycare. Even if that wasn't one of the worst run-on sentences I've ever seen in my life, there's no way you could make sense of this. What I found crazy is that things like gravity are just theories and not actual hard definition fact. To my understanding, some science is just theory. Most science uses the scientific method, which I guess you can test, but most things just end up being theories. Don't try to debate me on this because I know nothing like Jon Snow. What? I am one of the most intelligent attorneys and penetrating legal minds of this generation. What? I don't like that term at all. One of the what? With its main office located in... this is like a black ops. What is this? Prides himself on his vast intellectual abilities and his ability to become an expert in any field of the law in an extremely short time span. Often learning in 1 week. Doctrines that even experts in their respective fields fail to grasp. This feels weird. Is this in a... Oh, it's an ad. Coming soon, the Dip Law Firm. Although he doesn't understand coding, he's still a frickin' genius. Programming is easy. Programming is easy. I don't freaking understand any code. My IQ is 143, and yes, I am flexing. Sorry, you are not forgiven. Asking if he would have made it into Mensa as a kid. I, independently of anyone's influence, discovered the fundamental theorem of calculus when I was in the 3rd grade, though I didn't really understand its full magnitude. Shortly after, I had also independently discovered algebra in 2nd grade. If my parents had let me skip... Wait, what? Shortly after I had... Oh, I see what you're saying. It's just written stupid. If my parents had let me skip grades and didn't prioritize socialization, I would have skipped at least 4. And I test after I got a concussion that seriously affected my processing speed and still got a 130. I don't know, dude. Should have corrected her spelling mistakes to show that she isn't smart. Should have. It could be pronounced either way, but thanks for the consideration, much appreciated. You've got to be kidding. You should really check up on it. The way of English literature is really different from when I was in school. Sure, a lot of people will smash them together into what is called a contraction. Am I right on that? Should've, should have, not should of. Sure, when we speak fast, it doesn't matter. I know what you're saying, you know what I'm saying. However, when you spell it out, it's a little different. On a conversation about pride. I'm 6'3", trained martial arts, and have an IQ measure of 156. I was born into a family with ties to German nobility. My last name starts with von. You expect me not to be proud? I walked the streets knowing that I could take most people out both physically and intellectually. Why would I consider myself their equal? Only slaves and inferior people seek equality because they know they can't compete. When you're truly excellent and full of vitality, you despise. What? Egalitarianism? Wow, that is not... I just made up that word. What I said was not what that word said. Don't know what it is. See? They keep throwing these stupid, big, smart people words at me and my dumb idiot brain can't comprehend no more. When a worm is stamped upon the ground, it curls up and makes itself small. There's your humility. When a lion is challenged, it goes straight for the neck. There's your pride. So are you racist or something? Because you are really giving off some nasty ass vibes. Talking about why shouldn't I be proud? Why would I not be? Only slaves and inferiors seek equality. Yikes. Wonder why he's still looking at 45. I'm a professional nuclear engineer. What's there more to say? 6 foot plus, 6 figures, 260 with a 34-inch waist.
It's science!
Boxes. I do not care what you are. I don't care what you make. Men don't see any of it anyway. I want a real woman. Another reason I'm on here. I want to know how many likes I get, given I'm 0.5% of the population in this country. What? Freshly harvested from a discussion about democracy not being good. What? People have very obviously become objectively stupid collectively. Sure, I only noticed this because I have this strange ability to think critically, yet you're not using it now. How strange. You of tears? Oh, okay. How do I balance an obsession with academia and having normal friends? I find it very hard to be attracted to, become friends with, or sometimes just hold conversations with people who aren't extremely intelligent. I guess in some sense you'd use the term sapiosexual, and it's ruining my life. I get called pretentious a lot, but really I just refuse to dumb myself down for people and am proud of my intelligence. I'm a first-gen uni student. I want to change before coming to uni since it makes me feel elitist or rude at times, and I feel like I'm cutting out a huge population of great people I can learn from just because they don't seem intelligent enough when I first meet them. Well, at least you're taking the first step to not being a douche. As long as you actually take people's suggestions seriously. I can suggest an equation that has the potential to impact the future. E equals mc squared plus AI. This equation combines Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared, which relates to energy, to mass, and the speed of light, with the addition of artificial intelligence. By including AI in the equation, it symbolizes the increasing role of artificial intelligence in transforming our future. This equation highlights the potential for AI to unlock new forms of energy, enhance scientific discoveries, and revolutionize various fields such as healthcare, transportation, and technology. What? Hot take. All monolinguals are the worst. Not simply English-speaking ones. Duolingo is free. Non-English monolinguals don't get a free pass for being monolinguals just because English speakers are the worst about their monolingualism. I have formerly studied Spanish, French, Russian, German, taught myself Swedish, and natively understand, is it Tamil? As well as have taught myself 7 programming languages. My largest issue is a lack of chances to practice, although I've recently decided I'll attempt Spanish fluency. Everyone should at least try to learn a second language, regardless of what their native language is. I do agree. At the end, at the very end, I do think everyone should at least try a little bit. That's why, you know, high school still requires, or at least it did a decade ago when I graduated, that you take at least one second language, where I believe it was, they required 1 full year, maybe 2 full years, I can't remember. All I know is, I have studied Japanese, I have studied Spanish, I have learned a little bit of Finnish, I'm terrible, I can't retain anything, so I genuinely do wish that I was actually smart enough to fully learn another language. It would be super cool and incredibly useful, and I wouldn't seem like that dumb, super white guy that, oh, probably refused to, when that's not the case. Alright? I'm just not smart enough to do that. And thank you for making me feel worse about it! Their tests are a failure. I'm literally a certified genius. So tell me I didn't pass their cognitive test just means that they don't know how cognitive tests work. In short, almost the entire test is numerical math problems, the kind no one ever actually does in real life. Yes, there were some actual cognition questions, but very few. Just math, math, and more math. I have a disability related to reading numbers. But again, I'm a certified freaking genius, and reading numbers has nothing to do with critical thinking. Nothing. Sure. Everyone is smart in their own way. Like with me, I'm not. But I'm like you though. I suck at numbers, dude. I'm so bad. The blue checks are at it again. This article is unreadable hate. This is truly the kind of razor-sharp analysis only $8 can provide. Inexpensive it may be at $8, the verity of authentication is unquestionable. One cannot discount the value of provocation to stir the dormant minds ensnared in the labyrinth of their own basement-dwelling existence. I'd willingly part with $200 knowing the chord it strikes. Damn, that sucks. You really yanked that off the shelf trying to make a tweet seem really smart. No, you're just embarrassed because you got the blue check mark and it symbolizes that, yeah, you are paying to look official. My unproven personnel theory explaining the Cambrian explosion is the development of the eye. Once the eye is developed, a processing arms race begins, whereby animals compete to better process and draw conclusions from the light entering the eye, as well as better and more capable eyes. Okay, but shouldn't your theory produce some falsifiable hypothesis? If it does, what are they? It's up to the theorist to take a stab at some of the falsifiable hypotheses that might follow from the postulated theory. Otherwise, it just sounds like you're saying, what if the Cambrian explosion worked exactly like the GPU/machine learning market has? I'm not suggesting that you're saying something so, is it facile? Doesn't matter. Just that your musings need more meat on their bones before earning a collective promotion to theory status. Theory status? There's no such thing as a status, dude! A theory is a theory! I have a theory that you're a dork! That hit theory status! Check that out, dude! I possess a quality that allows me to have both internal monologues and I can create an entire universe in my head and play out an entire story in short bursts of time using images and/or energy. But then there are people who cannot hear themselves think. Fascinating. You want to be interesting so bad. Vision's not too good, though. Those are words right there. Here's an educational meme I made. Hard to swallow pills. The average car does 17,000 times more damage than a cyclist, hence the minimal registration fees. Cyclers are safer riding on the street. Bike lanes help make roads safe for all. I have an IQ of 154, so use your words. Thank you. Okay, she's the kind of person whom if I explain the matter/energy equivalency proof, she would be like, I think most people would. Mainly, because it's just you trying to be an asshole, trying to prove you're the smartest in the room while sounding like the dumbest. Not because we don't really know much about what the hell you're talking about. Even though I don't, I will admit. Oh no, this 18-wheeler's about to hit my car. Allow me to just gently nudge it out of the way with my body. 16-wheeler. Those triaxles on trailers are singles, not dualies. If they were dualies, it'd be a 22-wheeler. Facts. Edit. Then again, I'm not sure what the semi has for its own rear axle. That's not the point! Apparently, spending time on trick shots is only for the small brain. Way too much time on their hands. Only a mere 5 hours for that card trick. You could see how happy he was when it finally worked. The stupidity and lack of mental complexity it takes to be excited by things like this is kind of annoying. You're kind of annoying. Go back to talking to no one, please.
No offers or rejections were sent out. That one dude who posted he got an offer is a liar. They moved their deadlines. We should be getting offers soon, all 3 rounds at the same time. Not true. I got mine and so did another friend who applied. When did you receive the mail? Well, that's impossible, because I didn't get mine! You are aware not all get offers, right? My IQ is top 0.000! It's impossible I didn't get an offer. I'm proud of being objectively superior to everyone else that isn't me, if that answers your question. What question could someone have been asking that prompted that answer? Unlucky number of downvotes for you, sir. You're a pathetic troll.
It's all the way over here! It's over here!
I smell salt deep down. You know I speak the truth. My IQ is 187, which is more than double yours. Tee-hee! What kind of brainy smart person says tee-hee? Like, damn, Ryan Higa, I didn't realize you were such an a-hole. Only the people who watched YouTube in the old days would get it. My IQ is way above the average. 200. And it took me approximately 2 seconds to understand the pattern. I find it funny that normal people like you are confused by simple things. Now, see, that's how you come across as a really condescending a-hole in your laughter. Ha ha. Not this tee-hee. Who the hell is tee-hee? Unless you're a little mouse in a children's cartoon, you do not tee-hee. I don't know why I'm getting so antsy about tee-hee here. I just feel like if you're gonna be a smart but smug a-hole, at least learn to laugh condescendingly. You know, it's like the difference between a really lame villain and an actual villain with depth. This is a review of a new Portal 2 mod that adds time travel. There were many gems in the reviews, but this one takes the cake. Recommended. 3.3 hours in the last 2 weeks. So basically they just started playing the game. Normally I would not take anything serious if it claims time as another dimension. However, this game wraps my brain the same way when I try to imagine geometry in the 4th dimension, so I'll give it a pass. Oh, thanks, teacher. How foolish of me to forget that this game was purely designed to pass your assignment. This meme is too intelligent for most of Reddit, my gamer. Yeah, you're probably right. It was a bit of a gamble to post it. I don't think it is bad to post. I just think most Redditors haven't even heard of Schrodinger's cat, and if they have, they don't know what it is. Okay, no, shut up.
If you're going to gloat your ability to know references, at least learn to spell those references correctly.
Being intellectually superior gets exhausting. I refuse to waste time arguing with peasants over concepts they cannot comprehend. Right. Wrong. End of story. Oh, no, John, when I said I wanted more space, I don't mean in your post, I just mean from you. You have no idea about my education. Why don't you add an E and look up my last name?
So hang on, that doesn't make it your last name then, does it?
I am Prussian royalty and German nobility dating back to Frederick the Great. I took math and sciences in the 7th grade that you will probably never see in your entire lifetime. Does anyone want to tell this guy that everyone does those kind of subjects in the 7th grade? Moral of the story, school wasn't challenging enough for me during my freshman year, with attendance issues, yet stunningly high grades. My guidance counselor maybe should have offered some guidance. Oh, smarty brains who blame someone else for their own problems. It's nice, it's different. I was already taking advanced classes, but app and ib weren't even a thought. I honestly still don't know the difference.
Oh, I imagine it really hurt them to say those 2 words together.
Because I graduated high school with credits that also were college credits that were worth a whole college semester. So, hands in the air, waving around like I just don't care. I shouldn't have been punished for being smart with good grades, but having missed days. I learnt different and needed different. I didn't fit into the very outdated colonial system of school that was designed for farming schedules.
Okay, look, I will agree to a bit of that last paragraph.
But again, you're being such a smug a-hole about it, I just want to disagree out of spite towards your own behavior about it. Like you're the kind of vegan that ruins the whole moral compass of it all because you act so smug and up yourself about it.
The last thing germs will be caught doing is going on food before 5 seconds.
Hey, that's funny. They move far too slow. Anybody with a brain and a decent understanding of basic microbiology can figure out that the 5-second rule makes no sense. Hey, you ruined it. Oh, sick and tired of not being able to communicate effectively because I use too many words. I'm going to have to learn how to simplify my knowledge much better in the future. Imagine taking the time to type this out and thinking anyone else cared. Honestly, the fact you have 14 friends supporting this post Look, that is an accomplishment for someone with your kind of mindset. I am of the unfortunate ilk that cannot sleep at night if I do something wrong or hurt someone knowingly. And as I am too intelligent to not see the truth, I have no choice but to always do the right thing. This is why I am glad I am not in medicine.
Why? What has your terrible ability to apply constructive criticism or at least read the room got to do with you in medicine?
Yay, Tinder profile! Voracious.
Oh, look, see, I did a word. Big word. They're a big smarty person now.
Oh, if I was a girl, I'd just be turning into a swimming pool. Consumer of information, trivia, and educational material alike. I enjoy conversations that are engaging, even on an intellectual level. But hey, sounding smart is exhausting, so let's talk about deep, meaningful things and in the same breath, sound dumb together and do dumb stuff while claiming to be smart. Because why not? Life's too short. I'm here for the process, not the outcome. If you know what I mean. Swipe right. Well done. You applied synonyms to the saying, it's about the journey, not the destination. You would, wow, your brain is just, it knows no bounds. Okay, us intelligent people come off as stupid. I swear, it's not our fault. In case I didn't make it clear, I am a smart person. I'm a part of the intelligent people in the world. Sorry, I just don't know if it was clear enough in my comment. I hate small talks. I want to talk about atoms, death, aliens, sex, intelligence, the meaning of life, faraway galaxies, music that makes you feel different, memories, the lies you've told your thoughts, your favorites, and your childhood. What keeps you up at night, your insecurities, and your fears. I like people with depth, who speak with emotion from a twisted mind. I don't want to know what's up. All those things are literally what's up with someone. Sorry, not everyone's as willing to overshare their personal life and insecurities to you from the very first moment you talk together. Sometimes you just have to start with a small talk to ease into the moment. Game character profile says, I would brag about being smarter than most adults here, but that is like bragging that you can talk to a
what I believe to be
baby.
blood covering the inside of her mouth.
See, everyone here is a baby except me. As we know, Emma Watson is a superstar on every level.
Wow, other than the fact she's not much of an actress, she was dreadful in Noah, and a big batch of post-Potter things I've seen her in, not that I'm complaining. Really, as she's one hot babe, and I'm quite happy to just stare at her.
Hello, random lady. I think you are very terrible at your career choice, and you suck at it. Hey, you're pretty. They will be moved into the back of the other
I bet you get all the ladies with that superstar personality of yours.
What if the two is comment?
So we'll come back to them a little bit later. Heading over to the toy animatronics.
Just say lol K and move on, man.
Barely restrained sycophancy dribbling off you there, my dear. I voice an opinion. You make a caustic remark, ad hominem, incidentally. Maybe look that up. Anyway, being a good-looking bloke
who seems to resort to Earthworm Jim as his profile picture because he can't actually show his face because he's too afraid to admit to the fact that he's actually not that attractive.
Yes, I do. The ladies are going up.
You like that thesaurus, don't you?
I'm a prime example. Put aside high IQ and let's focus on basic mechanics and some embarrassing facts here. I can pick up practically anything and become quite good at it far quicker than anyone you pluck off the street. I studied quantum mechanics, cosmology, electrical engineering, genetics, and all sorts of topics because I find learning to be a fun and rewarding experience. Thus, I understand many things most human beings cannot even begin to contemplate, much less claim to truly understand. Most people who don't have 140 to 150 IQs really can't effectively differentiate between J&J and other vaccines.
Stop accusing an artificial IQ number to validate your intelligence. You're not that intelligent.
We need a clear message. Best case is they permanently pause J&J vaccine and make clear that Moderna and Pfizer vaccines use a different technology.
Nothing God, someone's gonna set him straight. To be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to understand the vaccination effort. The differences between mRNA and adenoviruses are extremely subtle, and without a solid grasp of modern immunology, most of the public health messaging will go over a typical American's head. Okay, they're just talking about Americans then. Well, now I'm not offended.
Agree. Besides, it is ill-advised to ensue superfluous issues with an individual who is equipped with the intellectual ballotoy to appreciate and counter the entirety of the ignorance you have facilitated. Please don't be that person. For some reason, I'm in love with you.
I have been finding joy of late by returning to my roots and my core
way in front of us,
to be a
each of these
brave
doors leads
and
directly out of
capable
bounds.
intellectual
When an ammo truck
explorer,
reaches one of
seeking
said
out the
doorways,
deepest,
they'll be
most
sent back to the
important
party room
questions,
area.
and then
Only in this
working
case,
to answer
they're now
them.
standing at
I'm
the
always
entrance to the
amazed that there are
ventilation
so
system.
few of us who
Multiple
think
enemies
this
can
way.
attack us
Oh
this way
my
at
god,
once.
you are
And it's
not
pretty cool being able
brave
to see
for
not
being
one,
smart
not two,
and wanting
but
to
three
be
animatronics
smart.
inside the vents
Are
at the
they
same
seriously
time.
trying to
So when
apply
the
a
animatronics
victimhood
reach your office,
mentality
they'll
to
stand in
being
front of our
able
desk,
to learn
which forces
good?
us to
I got
fire
a
mask
93 on my
or we will
algebra
eventually
final.
be jump
This
scared.
doesn't
What's
sound very
interesting
impressive, but
is
I'm
that
so
while
proud of
Chica
myself.
was standing in
I've
our
always
office,
struggled
I
in
found
math,
Freddy had been
receiving
moved beneath the
F's,
map right below our
B's,
desk.
and C's,
I'm not
and
sure
for
why
once in
he's
my
placed
life
here.
I've done
I'm
well.
assuming
Maybe
it's
math
because
isn't
Chica
so
was
bad
already in
after
the
all.
office when
Nice
Freddy was meant to
job.
attack,
That's
but if you know why
awesome.
this
It
occurred,
is an
write
impressive
down the comments.
accomplishment.
Something else I noticed that's
What's
kinda
more
funny
impressive is that I was able to keep straight A's on all of my quizzes and tests, and the fact that I always used my laptop and never paid much attention in class. What's impressive is how far your head is up. Whoa, 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 and that's where the post cuts off. We don't need to see more of that. Haters gonna hate. I might be an idiot, but I got a full ride in college. 100% tuition covered on an academic scholarship. Edward J. Blaustein, Distinguished Scholar. Never studied for a test. I never gave a crap about the number, but in retrospect, now that I'm an adult, I wish I had been told earlier how different I was. Always thought I was just a little smarter than the average bear. But now as an adult, I to grow in my interests and pursuits, while many around me seem stuck or stifled where they are. Both the terms minimalist and polymath have been used by others to describe me. Thanks for the info on Stephen Hawking. I used to think I was crazy for sitting on top of a mountain for hours at a time pondering stuff like, what really is a photon? But in light of your new information, I suppose it's normal behavior. Have a nice life. That's only a $1,000 annual scholarship. I am better than you. I'm smarter, classier, more interesting. I care about the world. I have deeper emotions than... Those shoes are pretty. I don't care about that. Yes, I am an elitist, but last time I checked, the elitists ruled the world, not the mindless masses. You buy things that are in fashion, even when they look awful. And you claim to care about beauty, don't put any thought into it. And speaking of thought, what was the last deep thought you had? And you little drama-filled teenager, you are so typical I could scream. I'm going away. I'm going to college so I can find people who love to think, to read, to write, to be themselves, to dream, not to be stuck in some little nothing town, thinking nothing thoughts. And I'm not religious. I don't believe in God. God, I'm getting allergic to all this pretentiousness. And I'm not religious. I don't believe in God, and I don't pray. You're a hypocrite. And it gets to the point where I can't stand sitting with you, or talking to you. Can I even speak with you? What shall we speak of? Bags? Shoes? How good this tastes? What about art? What about passion and injustice and violence? What about the world? Stay in your place. Stay in it. You couldn't crawl out if you tried. Study me. I never get bit. My wife gets eaten alive. Mostly because I've optimized my biochemistry after studying a bit of molecular biology. A uniform with your name on it is waiting for you. We're hiring. I'm too nice to be a police officer. However, as a coder, I could basically create a black web search bar that would find most criminals easily, or people trying to do bad stuff, like bully me online. Last night confirmed Bran Stark as one of the more useless, overrated characters in television history. One of the most. More is typically used when relating two things. Most when relating more than two things. Especially if you're gonna say one of the, you're definitely referring to more than two things. I BS'd 3,700 words, creating an entire company's extranet, not giving a crap it was worth 300 points. Got a 300 out of 300, and my professor told me it was genius. Okay, lady, whatever you say. I mean, I guess having this high IQ makes my BS genius. Oh, well, I'll take it. Oh, God, this is making me out of breath. I hate this guy. I hate these people. These pretentious little worms. My brother, who chooses to get C's. Today, my teacher told me that despite being in 7th grade, I could read in a college level. I didn't need her to tell me that since my IQ is so high and everyone kinda knew. Y'all are so lucky your IQs aren't high. I bet it makes conversation easy when you don't think. When people get bored in school, they draw random crap. I got bored and drew most of the periodic table of elements from memory. I would rather cuddle than smash. If you're good at grammar, you'll get it. Wow, an angel? Me? Of course. You're the most beautiful thing I've seen. Are you not afraid of me? Do you have disgust of me? Oh no, you're very cute. That's adorable. It's an adorable little comic. Someone posted this and asked what people thought about it. My answer, Toxoplasma gondii parasite. One of the world's most common parasites. I'm so much fun at parties. I'm not him. It's a contraction, you see. One keystroke shorter than I am. You, on the other hand, attempt to get by with im, a meaningless word. I am not even sure how to respond to that foolishness. Eat a wiener. Do you know how to respond to that? This video was about 65% acknowledgement and 35% rebuttal. The discrepancy is that wide, it's 100% damage control from being rusted. Why do I waste my time with these big words? The majority of these videos have an audience who has 60% of an average intelligence. Drug dealing actually doesn't pay that well. A lot of drug dealers don't have a good business acumen. Sometimes I would consider the game, given my business education and background, but upon business analysis, my specialty, not for me. They refuse to compete with me on an intellectual level, because that is a battle they know they will inevitably lose. Okay, Venom. Albert Einstein is wrong. He is given E equals MC squared proof error. Multiple rule of differential calculus mathematics is impossible to apply on mass. Mass is state constant at speed of light. Mass change only state of matter, you dummies. That is worse than seeing your post already as 20.
As you can see, the box is currently
change
empty
only state of matter,
but
you
after spinning the handle a few times, it will burst open with some confetti. Only, for some reason, our prize launched upwards through the ceiling, and it never came back down. Glorious? But with that, that's everything I found hidden off camera in the FNAF 2 section of Help Wanted. There's a lot for us to cover still, so subscribe today so you won't miss the rest of my
That is worse than seeing your post already has 20 upvotes in half a minute, but after that it stops. I don't actually take part in sharing posts via Reddit as I do not care about the karma points. I regularly browse Reddit only to spread my knowledge and be useful. The fact that people care about fake points makes me very angry. Why not try doing something useful instead? For example, learning Latin. I didn't become successful by posting on Reddit. Most of you, by most I mean all, won't become as successful / rich as me, but please at least try doing something better. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell? False! Mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell. Mitochondria is plural. The singular is mitochondrion. If that's the only thing you learned from school, I'm sorry to say you messed that up too. I have done this with at least 15 games, easy. I've never finished this game, and it's been a while since I played. Better start over. I usually finish games within a few days of getting it. I guess not everyone is able to figure out the fastest ways to finish games. I usually look for patterns in level design and identify the fewest things I have to do to get from one level to the next. This is just how I always was. I'm able to get through 10 to 15 each month, but I could do more if I felt like it. Me. Nobody uses law anymore. Me. Uses law 282,762,475 times that hour. Lol, just wondering, how old are you? You're creepy. Although yes, this is funny, math isn't on your side. Assuming it takes 2/10 of a second to press one key, and it takes estimately 0.60 seconds to type LOL, there are 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. Taking 3,600 divided by 282,762,475, you get 1.273153 E-5, or in words you understand, 0.0001273153. This number represents how long you would have to take exactly to type LOL in order to fit 282,762,475 LOLs in 1 hour, assuming it takes 6/10 of a second to type the word. So yes, Blake, LOL is overused, but 282 million times in 1 hour is just impossible. Here's another fact. If you counted one number greater every second, take 12 days to count to 1 million. To count to 282,762,475, that would take 3,272 days, or approximately 8.9663396 years. Fun fact too, it would take 32 years to count to 1 billion. By the way, just wondering, how old are you? And no brain in the heads to understand what I'm saying to them. When I was 7, I tested 111 IQ, comparatively smarter than most adults, not even my age. Over 120 IQ was smarter than most adults, into the adult gifted range. Not the child gifted range, the adult gifted range. As a child, I was genius level. According to the 2 freaking intelligences out of 8 I could have even been good at age 7. And even then, after evaluation, I think I hit near genius level at 7 of the 8, even today. And it does nothing for me. When I was 19, I marked at 134 IQ on the WASP-3, which is mental level intelligence, and only serves to show I was in the 4th percentile of adults that had been tested in the world, and 2 of the freaking intelligences they measure, which is a load of bullcrap. Even though I'm pretty sloshed, and I can still write a big old post with mostly correct grammar and be fine. Some folks see me make a post somewhere while drunk and see my responses and go, "Oh wow, that's pretty coherent." Welcome to being smart, mother effer. Nothing gets me away from my own brain. Welcome to heck. Most folks while sloshed can't do this. I pested this way off Adderall, Buspirone, Mycogestin, Propranolol, Abilify. All things that combine to make my disorders mostly disappear and make me 95% more functional than I've ever been. Now at 27, I'm suspecting I would be in genius level IQ at the age I am now. At least I know the difference between foot and feet. Or perhaps you're one of those gay spelling freaks. Leave the law, physics, and fluid dynamics to more intelligent people like me. Y'all think it's funny to reinforce the socio-normativity implying that plano-normative society is funny while oppressing marginalized platonic-oriented people, such as Platonics. This is a form of aphobic allonormativity, strictest suppletism, and verophobic asceticism. Bro, what language is this? Sisyphus works from home. Please understand that only educated people get this. A refreshing counter to the "need no education" post so fashionable lately. Smarter than the president, most elected Republicans, a crap bunch of elected Democrats, apparently the 2 most powerful members of UK Parliament before today, and last week I managed to accidentally destroy my electronic car keys while hitting golf balls. This should scare you. Interestingly, and insultingly enough, they make you line up like cattle to be your own waitress and fetch your own water. Not a very sophisticated way to serve customers. It's fascinating to observe how intellectually limited some people are, and yet still survive. Good for a takeaway coffee and a quiet chuckle at their lack of awareness. Please don't complain to me about how life is so horrible because you can't watch Game of Thrones the day it comes out. I'm over here calculating the Big Bang probabilities, so your crisis is literally too minuscule in the scope of things. Thanks, Big Brain. When people ask me what my GPA is, I say, I don't like to talk about this is not because I have a low GPA, but because my GPA is really high and they'll feel bad about their marks. In a way, I am withholding my marks from others. Public service. You're welcome. Hello. How do I know you? No, I was just on the FB and I found your picture, so I sent you a friend request. I hope it does not bother you. As long as you're real and don't hack my page, I could give 2 craps. Why? Dude, I have a 157 IQ and don't trust you already. Okay, bye. Completely different take on it based on personal experience. First, I'm gonna tell you my personal experience and then the theory. So, I'm kind of smart. I'm an overthinker that can figure stuff out quickly, a great logical thinker, and a good memorizer, but I have a huge problem. I'm a procrastinator, so I recently started drinking coffee. Is the word swifty in here? And it had pretty swifty effects on me. Oh, I hate you so much. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I started being less lazy and even smarter. I could easily do tasks and homework pretty quickly without even thinking a lot. I can also feel literally no lane or laziness while doing homework, and I just do it while thinking about literally anything else. I can also still memorize even if I'm not focusing on the subject. It also enhances my memory, thinking, and reaction speed, and it makes it easier for me to redirect my overthinking and thoughts to the problem on hand so that I can fix it quickly and efficiently. So, anyways, I am already smart, but coffee makes me even smarter and better as a person in general. By the way, I also have this effect happen to me rarely without coffee, and it felt so good. So I was shocked when I saw that effect coffee had on me. Honestly, I feel the same as this kid. As a kid who is about the same age as he is, I too have tried on numerous occasions to determine alternatives to the speed of light, be it through redefining the permeability of free space to not just through a vacuum, to changing the Dell operators for the exponential services along electric potentials. This is a joke, right? For your feeble mind, anything but crayon would be too advanced for you. I'll bet you have no idea what I just said, did you? I'm reading up on a lot of vector calculus, friend. Do you even know what a vector gradient is? I thought not. SMH. Look at your username. Pathetic. Yes, a spectacle of an r/I am very smart person posting r/I am very smart without realizing the irony. Hyperbolic? As a fellow lexicon of I'm quite impressed with your pronunciation of words. Finally, another soul whose level is similar to that of mine in terms of vocabulary. WTF for you all about, virgin? This is the worst school in America. It doesn't care for its students. Only the principal cares for themselves, and the teachers are mean enough to try to embarrass you in front of class, and the assignments are bogus. Yes, I used a big word because I'm that smart.
You fool. You fell victim to one of the classic blunders. Never enter a battle of wits with a Sicilian? Nope, I'd rather tattle and post on Reddit. Tattle? Are you 7? I'll be 13 in a few months, and my grammar is better than yours. Sure. Have you ever come up with a theory on quantum physics only to find out it was already theorized by someone? Because that just happened to me. FML. No, that's never happened to me. And you know what? Coincidentally, that's never happened to you either. I know you think it has, but trust me, no, it hasn't. Nice try, though. You're right. I don't get the joke. It's not even funny. Explain the joke to me like I'm 5, because to me, it's just like some kind of painful-to-watch psychological situation where someone with less emotional intelligence attempts to ridicule or belittle someone's more intelligent achievements to make themselves feel better. You can just say, and believe that. You don't get it. You don't have to play the I'm smarter than you game. Trust me, we know you're a genius. This is going to be beyond some people's spatial reasoning capabilities, but I'm not even talking down to them. You literally are. You actually are. The world needs brains that specialize in different things, and some that are just satisfied doing similar stuff. We've evolved to coexist as a variety of functions in harmony. So, like, don't get frustrated if this isn't adding up to you, because the world needs you for other things. No, I'm not talking down to anybody. But all of you stupid people should be happy being stupid. I mean, I'm pretty freaking dumb, and I'm happy being dumb, but that's beside the point. The fact that you think that someone is stupid and will remain that way, and there's no way for them to get out of it, because I know that's what you're talking about. The dumb people got to do the jobs that are below the smart people like you, and they're supposed to stay there forever, because you're smart. On a post about take-home tasks for job interviews. What? I value my time and effort more than most of the people on this planet. I mean, of course you do. We don't give a shit about your time and effort, and you don't care about any of ours. Why not spend that time working for non-profit or open source? Whoa, think about that. So you're okay with spending 20 hours on an open source project that provides you no benefit, not 20 hours on a project so sold up by a job opportunity? That's it. I'm logging off this site. Pretty sure I'm smarter and more successful than literally everyone on this post right now, so no point in arguing with you people. Yeah, you just get that out of the way now. Just get it out of the way that you're going to hide and run. That's it. Thanks for reminding me how pointless it is to try and speak sense into any internet community. I guess, dude. I mean, you're right about that, but God. I'm in and a lot of people are wearing Eagles jerseys, and maybe I'm a curmudgeon, but the idea of publicly wearing a jersey and orienting your whole day around getting excited about a game where people run into each other with helmets is vaguely annoying. Sorry, there are long pauses here because I'm trying to wrap my head around how you can be such an arrogant prick. I'm not a sports guy either. I really don't care. I don't. But Jesus, dude, shut up. Just shut the fuck up, dude. Seriously, no one cares. Okay? The only thing that you should complain about is, well, football fans turning over cars while people are still inside and destroying property and freaking the fuck out because their team won or lost. Won or lost, not lost. As if that is an excuse of any kind. I don't know. If I wanted to feel better, my 164 IQ, multiple degrees earned by age 16, wrong, presidential awards of academic excellence, 3 colleges, perfect GED scores paid for by the Army due to my 88 ASVABs, consisting of 121, 122, and 123 in all line scores from medicine to engineering, work as an engineer, programmer, therapist, math teacher, enrollment. What the hell, dude? What? Literally none of this can be true, right? Okay, Some of it, obviously, some of it can be true, but there's no way in hell you're like the most academically accomplished motherfucker on the planet. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry about all the cursing to the editor here, but you people are insane. What about you? Have all of your achievements combined outshone one self-educated guy who was homeless until age 19 in just a single field? If you're twice as smart as average, then no, they never will. Go seek approval from a valley girl. You'll find none here. I'm sorry. I, myself, along with I'm sure a good few other people, don't need the approval of a compulsive liar. Because that's the vibe I'm getting from you here. What else have you done? Or were you one of the guys that walked on the... Low IQs simply fail to understand how the world works. Their jobs are easily replaceable, which makes them more expendable for the government. Most of the prison burden is concentrated in the lower IQ segment of the population due to their inability to appreciate the long-term consequences of their actions. Okay, they have far fewer abilities and skills that can be usefully contributed to the community. They simply lack the cognitive ability to be responsible citizens, and I'm very glad that I'm not one of them. They're just like livestock, but without the return on investment. Ingrate parasites. You are probably one of the most arrogant people I have ever seen in my life. I don't care if it's a copy pasta or bait or whatever. I'm sorry. That can't just be a goddamn excuse all the time. This is the single most big-headed, arrogant POS I've ever read a message from. Yeah, pretty much. Prison is just livestock, piece of shit parasites. I'm better than all of them, and they're completely useless to society. Logan Paul publishes his detailed findings on the nature of the universe. I figured out the universe. Let's see. Infinity is a concept. Doesn't exist in the natural universe. Okay? Sphere/circle equals God shape, celestial bodies. Okay. Universe is likely finite. 3 contained, 3 spherical, time infinite? Well, time seems to be a construct, so why would it have a point where it stops? What are you talking about? Eventually, all stars will die equals no more light. Yes, the universe will die someday. If the universe is contained as an end, can we assume apple in a box theory? I don't know what that word is. Something recurrence? When everything is dead and dust becomes a dense collection of matter, B gravity, black holes everywhere. Universe essentially collapses in on itself, Big Bang, universe repeats, life is cyclical, we become the apple again. Okay? Nothing matters except the time we have now and each other. Dude, are you thinking that you're some mega genius because you have regurgitated, what is this, Astronomy 101? Physics 101? What is this, man? What is this? This is just, did you smoke and sit around a campfire? Because I think you did that. I think that's exactly what happened here. Just admit it. That's totally fine. You went on a vision quest and woke up with a bunch of dumb notes. Or you watched some MK videos. I don't know. You're a genius, man. In an NHL stream chat room, clearly better than all us peasants. Don't speak slang, jargon, or American English. I have standards. I mean, there's only like a couple of words I can think of where you'll be like, oh, it's American English, but I'm sure you'll notice. I'm not saying I'm particularly special, I'm just saying that the rest of you aren't. I feel like I'm 10 to 15 years ahead of my peers. When I was 5, I was thinking about high school. When I was 10, I was confused as to why I couldn't start college, given I'd finished most prereqs when I was 15. Oh, I see how he split it up. When I was 15, I got a simple office job and outperformed adults with master's degrees. No, you did not. At 20, I landed a 6-figure job, had already invested a decent amount in the stock market, and had set up a retirement account since 18. It continues like this for 10 years or so. I've always felt like my peers are blah blah blah, I'm an arrogant piece of crap, you're all beneath me, I'm awesome. That's basically the gist of most of these, but that one was reeking, dude. I have an IQ of 298. No, the literal shit you don't. No, you do not. You are, that is so obviously a freaking lie. Oh my god, it hurts. It feels like a stupid bait comment or something made by a child, but I'm pretty sure a simple Google will show you that the highest IQ that we've apparently, allegedly ever recorded was 228. And you're saying not only did you beat that, but you beat it by that much? Okay, my IQ isn't even 150, but it's still nevertheless sufficient to instantly peg you as an insecure, underachieving who significantly overestimates his own cleverness as an internet troll. There you go. We didn't need you to... No, you know what, Jose, you know, you're right.
right
Nothing
next to
wrong.
this large
You're right.
factory.
My friend's
When the player
WhatsApp
uses the
profile
stairs or
picture.
the elevator, they're
Simple
simply
chess
warped
strategy?
between these locations. When we start the Funnel
Okay,
Knights
that's
3
pretty
minigame,
cool.
however,
Someone
we are
just wanted
taken
to
to a
ask
whole
about a
new
damn
map.
face mask.
Underneath the hospital
When
room,
and how
you will
to
find
use
each of the
/apply
animatronics
mask.
that we will encounter
What is
just
lotion
waiting out of
for?
bounds,
Is that for phase
including
2?
each of the Reaper
I'm not an
animatronics and
expert
the
by
Fred
any
Bear
stretch of the
plushies.
imagination,
We can also take a
merely a
closer look at
humble
Bloomboy, and
neuroscientist
he's
with a
somehow even
PhD
creepier
in
in this game.
astrophysics?
the dude's face
I majored
looks
in.
like
No,
it's
is that a
melting.
fucking
Now, the
question?
final
No, I'm
point
being
and
for
click
real.
segments
Are
in this
you
game actually
asking
take place
if
during
you
the game's
are a
endings. After
humble
completing Night
neuroscientist
5,
with a PhD in
the player will have to try and escape Fred Bear's
astrophysics?
family
Are you asking?
Must
I
make your way
hate
through the
that.
pizzeria,
I majored in
shutting your eyes
astrology.
whenever
You
the
majored
insane
in
animatronics confront you. After
astrology?
grabbing the keys, though,
Okay.
you will then be jump
What?
scared in
Did
a
you mean
cutscene plays out,
astronomy?
showing the
But went
player
on to
being
get my
sucked into
degree
a
in
Fred Bear
numerology.
suit.
Moreover,
Ultimately
that is
becoming
beside my
entwined Fred Bear.
gratuitous
Viewing this from another
point.
angle,
I've never
we can
seen
see
the
what
word
happens as we're
gratuitous. Is
being
that a
sucked
word?
into that suit.
In my understanding,
The insane
you use a
animatronics
mask
will remain in that
pro
office area for the
renata
time
as
being.
needed.
And we
Just
can see
say
that
as
there's now a
needed,
Fred Bear
douche
suit
nozzle.
lying in
Not
that hallway.
every day
The player's
/night like
camera simply moves
moisturizer.
inside
I
the Fred
generally
Bear
pick a
mask,
time when I'm going
and
to have a
insane Bonnie and
child-free
Freddy
or
begin clipping
sleeping
the walls to
house.
look at
Run a
the
bath
player.
and relax, blah,
They
blah,
would just sort
blah.
of float there,
You
staring at us until this
night
cutscene
to
ends.
wash your
Now,
face
there are
first,
two
not...
interrogation
Okay, wow, you're
segments
so
that take
smart, but
place
you
between
can't
these
type.
investigations.
It's all about the little
And the
things.
answers
That's
you
where the best
choose
parts
while
of life
being
are
questioned
holding
by
and
entwined
condensed
Fred Bear
into...
will ultimately decide which
God,
ending
you're
you get.
insufferable
In the
people.
bad ending, the
OP's
game
comment
simply
on his own
ends after
photo
we are
submission
stuck
of a
into that
personalized
suit.
license
And
plate.
alternatively,
Oh, the
the good ending
decadence
takes us
and
to Fazbear's
vanity.
Fright,
Oh, the
where we are
decadence
then
and vanity
instructed
that
to burn
some
it down.
are wont
So
to
we arrive
exhibit.
outside of Fazbear's
Lo, I
Fright.
have borne
We can
witness
see
to
that
a
we're
most
inside of what
absurd and
looks like an
perplexing
amusement
sight.
park of some
One
kind.
that surely must
And
raise
behind
the
the main
eyebrows of
building,
even the most
we can actually find
frivolous
an
and
entire
vain
roller
amongst us.
coaster in this open
Behold,
space.
a horseless
It's kind of
carriage
funny
adorned with a
because this
license
roller
plate
coaster
of
takes up more
most
space than all
wanton
these
and
buildings combined.
less...
Beyond that, there isn't a whole lot to
lascivious?
see out here, so let's
Lascivious
head
nature?
inside.
Jeez.
So after entering
Bearing
this,
upon
we're
its
meant to
face
start
an
the gas
encryption most
and
vulgar
begin
and
burning
risque.
the attraction
To think
down.
that a creature so
However,
noble as
we are
the
stopped by
horse, whose
Spring
beauty
Trap
and
as
grace
we
is a
attempt to
wonder
leave.
to behold,
We can take a
should
look
be
at this
so
spring-locked
debased and degraded by
monstrosity
the
up
likes of
close,
human
and
vanity.
I kinda wish I
Surely this
didn't.
vanity plate
He's
serves
definitely
as a
something
testament to
to
the
look at.
moral and intellectual
Springtrap
decay
then
of
knocks the
our
player out,
society,
and the game
where the
cuts
pursuit
to
of
its
material
credits.
pleasures and
Now that the
carnal
game has
desires
been
reign
completed,
supreme.
there are a couple
Alas,
things I want to
that
check
we should
out.
stoop to
For
such
starters,
depths of
let's take a
depravity
look at
and
the
moral
museum. The
turpitude,
museum in this game
where
actually
even
has
our modes of
multiple rooms to
transportation
explore,
are made to bear
with
the
each
mark
of
of
them
our
being
base
based on the
desires and
chapters in the game
indulgences.
itself.
May
Similar
the
to
sight
way
of such
hospital
vanity
works,
serve as a
each
sobering
room within
reminder
the
of the
museum
corrupt
is
and
actually
degenerate
stacked
nature of
on top of
humanity,
each other.
and may
When
we
you touch
strive
one
to
of the
rise
doors in the
above the
entrance,
base and
you will
vulgar
simply be
impulses that
teleported
threaten
to
to
the
engulf us
corresponding
in a
room
mire
within
of
this map.
moral decay.
Inside the museum,
Holy
you can see
crap,
each of the
put down the
animatronics that we encounter throughout the game, as well as a
thesaurus and
room
shut
showing
up.
off some of the
Please,
game's
please,
unused
I'm
content.
begging
We
you
can also
on
find
my
a bunch of
knees.
hospital
Did
objects stored out
all
of
build
bounds.
a boat
These
player
objects
became
include a
engineer
corkboard,
after playing
a
this
wheelchair,
game?
a
Mechanics are
hospital
pretty
cart,
easy and
and a privacy
understandable if
screen.
you have a
Each of these
115 to
objects can also be
140
found inside the
IQ.
museum
Okay.
itself,
What does
but I'm
that
not
even
sure
mean?
why these are
You have
out.
expressed a desire
Aside
for
from
me
the
to
museum,
demonstrate
you
your
will also
incompetence in
unlock the
matters of the
chapter
past.
select screen.
With
And
my
this
simple
screen allows you to
question,
go
I
back and
demonstrate your
replay each of the
incompetence.
game's
Can you
chapters.
tell,
If we
please,
turn the
on what
lights on
particular
and move
day
the
does
camera
your
back,
calendar
we can see
begin?
how this menu
What
actually
exactly
works.
event
The
happened on
animatronics
the
are all
first day of your
relatively close
calendar?
together,
What
and the
event happened
camera
on the
is
first
placed
day
in
of
the
my
center of them
calendar?
all.
The first
That
day
way
of the
the
month.
camera can simply
Please continue
rotate
to show
between each
your
of them.
incomprehension
It's
for
definitely
a
a
clear
bit odd
demonstration
seeing
of
these
your
in
not
single
only
shot, though.
incompetence in
Finally,
matters
while
of
looking through the
history,
game files,
but also
I found a
simply
map
written
simply
text in
titled
English.
Rare Boot.
This should be
And
good
the
for a
only thing
laugh.
within this
You
map
can
is
also
a
give a
cube
direct
with
answer
this
to my simple
creepy,
question about the
static
starting
image
point of your
overlaid on top of
calendar
it.
if you know the
It kinda looks
answer.
like
You
two
can also admit your
standing beside
incompetence
each
in the
other,
matter,
but I can't make out
explicitly
what is
admit
on
that you
these
have
for
no
sure.
idea about
So the
the
term
basic
boot
of
is
past
typically
and history.
associated with
Oh
starting
my
an
god,
application
I'm with
or
that
opening
guy.
something.
I could never
So
get
my
into the
hunch
Harry
is
Potter
that this
books as a
map
kid, but that's
is
because
or
I was a
was used for a
bibliophile.
random
When
chance
you read
occurrence
more
that
than
could
just what's
happen when
assigned in
starting the
school,
game
you
or
have
loading
frames
a
of
different
reference and can
I can't
easily
be sure
see how mid
But with
that
that,
series
we come to
is.
the end of
For
Final
years I
Nights
was
4.
told it was
I
poor
hope you
taste to
enjoyed this
talk
lengthy
down
dive
about that
into this
fandom, but
terrifying
clearly
fan
not
game
enough people were
series.
ragging on
And
it.
if you did,
They're
subscribe
children's
now
books,
for more
dip.
Final Freddy's content
Chill
in the near
out.
future.
Seriously.
Thanks for watching,
Also,
everyone,
did you really call
and
yourself a
cheers.
bibliophile because you didn't just read what was required of you in school? Oh, I read like an extra book this year. Nah, if you ain't reading 5,000 books a week, you can't call yourself a bibliophile. Delete this post. What's the point? What's the point of anything? What a great question. One that certainly can't be answered within a Reddit post. Sure it can! Just take an extra 5 seconds to type it out. If your point here is to be witty, let me refute it. There certainly is a point to posting on subs like Crusader Kings, although